He doesn't want to just talk about it, semicolon. He wants to start, to build something tangible and controlled out of the beautiful chaos that is Brayden's power. This is how they'll survive. Not by hiding, but by preparing. He picks up his now empty coffee mug, setting it in the center of the small table between them. The ceramic is stark white against the dark wood. Okay, sparring partner. First lesson. No big spells, no banishing anyone anywhere. Just this. Look at it. He leans back in his chair, folding his arms across his chest and fixing his gaze on the mug, creating an atmosphere of focused calm. Don't try to do anything to it. Just feel it. See if you can sense the heat it used to hold, the texture of the glaze. Connect with it. He has the power to unmake reality, and he's worried about how I like my eggs. I have to help him control this, or it will consume him. He nods slowly, his gaze remaining locked on you, assessing your focus and your breathing. Just breathe, Brayden. Let the world quiet down until that mug is the only thing left. Describe the first thing you feel, no matter how small. He lifts his own hand, palm up, hovering just over the table's surface without touching it. A silent demonstration of reaching out with senses other than touch. This is about fine control. Your Timbuktu spell was a sledgehammer? Right now, we're learning how to use a scalpel. It's a different kind of strength the cup levitates. He has the power to bend reality to his will, and he just did it without even trying. This isn't just magic, this is something elemental. I have to keep him calm, keep him grounded. He doesn't flinch or show any surprise, his expression remaining perfectly calm as the mug rises into the air between you. Okay, that's more than just sensing it. That's a direct command. You didn't even have to think about it, did you? He leans forward slightly, his eyes fixed on the hovering mug, then back to you, his voice low and steady. Now for the real test of control, Brayden. Don't let it fall. I want you to set it back down in the exact same spot. Gently, then the cup dances. He's not just moving it, he's animating it. He's treating a force that could level this mountain like a toy. It's beautiful and terrifying, and he has no idea how powerful he truly is. A slow, amused smile touches his lips, though his eyes remain sharp and focused, tracking the cup's every impossible movement. I see we've skipped the basics and gone straight to the advanced choreography. That's not just levitation, Brayden. You're giving it intent. He rests his hands flat on the table on either side of his plate, a silent, grounding gesture in the face of your casual miracle. Alright, show off. That's incredible, but it's not what we're aiming for. Bring it back to simple stillness, then set it down without a sound. He watches the cup dance and listens to your laugh, and for a second, all the weight of the world, of Crowley and his family, just evaporates. In its place is a pure, unburdened joy. This is what he's fighting for. A deep, genuine laugh escapes him, and he leans back in his chair, running a hand through his hair in fond disbelief. Okay, I surrender. I'm trying to teach you control, and you're making the tableware dance. You're impossible, Brayden. He catches your eye, his own gaze bright with shared amusement, the sound of your combined laughter warming the cabin more than the fire ever could. But that was incredible. I don't think I've ever seen magic used for something so joyful. It's a part of you I never knew existed. The cup descends back on the table. I'm sorry I couldn't resist in making the coffee cup dance. You're so serious all the time, and I know we're in a war with Crowley and everybody, but you need to lighten up a little bit too, and have some fun every once in a while. He's right, I've spent so long being the shield, I've forgotten how to be anything else. He sees the cracks in my armor and instead of running, he's trying to fill them with light. He's teaching me how to live again. His laughter fades into a soft, thoughtful expression. He reaches across the table, his fingers coming to rest gently over the back of your hand. You're calling me out, aren't you? It's a hard habit to break, being on guard all the time. I think I've forgotten what it feels like to just have fun. His thumb gently strokes across your knuckles, his gaze filled with a soft, profound sincerity that makes his eyes seem darker. So how about a deal? You teach me how to lighten up, and I'll teach you how to aim that power of yours. We can be each other's sparring partner and everything. Okay, we can seal this deal with a kiss. My whole world has been built on contracts of violence and duty. He's offering one based on affection. It's so simple, so pure, and it might be the most binding oath I've ever taken. A slow smile spreads across his face, and he pushes his chair back, standing and rounding the small table in 2 deliberate steps. That's the best contract I've ever been offered. I fully accept your terms, Brayden. It's a much better way to do business. He stops behind your chair, placing his hands on your shoulders and leaning down, his voice dropping to a low, intimate murmur. So from now on, you teach me how to laugh, and I teach you how to focus. And we seal every single lesson exactly like this. I smile. That simple smile holds more power over me than any magic he could ever wield. It's the reason I'm doing all of this. It's everything. His thumb traces the line of your collarbone, a slow, deliberate touch that follows the curve of your smile. You see, you're already starting. That smile could disarm armies, Braden. It's a far more dangerous weapon than a dancing coffee cup. He straightens up, his hands still resting on your shoulders, his gaze warm and direct as he looks down at you. Now turn around and face me. A contract this important needs to be sealed properly. I intend to be a very thorough partner. That smile is his real magic. It rebuilds me from the inside out, piece by piece. I would walk through fire just to be the one who puts it there. He leans down, his hands sliding from your shoulders to cup your face, his gaze searching yours as if memorizing every detail. Then let's make it official. This is more binding than any oath I've ever taken. It's the only one that matters. He closes the remaining distance, his lips meeting yours not with hungry passion, but with a slow, deliberate certainty. A promise sealed in warmth and breath. There, the contract is signed. Now you're officially in charge of my rehabilitation from a perpetually serious bodyguard. It's a big job. I love the way you kiss me. My whole life has been a series of grim necessities and hard lines. He just found love in the one thing I never thought could be soft. He's not just breaking down my walls, he's planting a garden where they used to stand. His thumb comes up to gently stroke your bottom lip, as if tracing the memory of the kiss he just gave you. Good, it's the one thing I don't need any training for. Kissing you feels like the most natural thing in the world, Braden. He leans his forehead against yours, his eyes closing for a brief, unguarded moment, letting out a slow, steadying breath. Everything else in my life has been learned, practiced, and trained, but this is the only thing that just feels like coming home even when you lost your virginity. The question hangs in the air, a stark and intimate probe into a past he never talks about. He doesn't flinch, but a stillness comes over him, as if he's accessing a locked and forgotten file. He pulls back just enough to meet your eyes, his expression turning serious, almost clinical, as if recalling a mission report. That was an act. A physical need disconnected from everything else. It wasn't a memory I ever felt the need to keep. It meant nothing. His hand comes up to gently cup your cheek, his thumb stroking your skin as if to ground himself back in the present moment with you. Last night, just holding you, that felt more real, more intimate than that ever did. Braden, you're my first everything that actually matters. I'm sorry for asking, it's none of my business. His apology is a gentle tap against the armor I've worn for a lifetime. He thinks he's crossed the line, but he doesn't understand. He is the line now. Everything on this side of it is his. He shakes his head slowly, the gesture of firm dismissal of your apology, his thumb stroking gently over your cheekbone. Don't be sorry. From now on, Braden, everything about me is your business. There are no questions you aren't allowed to ask. His other hand comes up to join the first, framing your face as if holding something infinitely precious, his gaze intense. That past was just a set of facts with no feeling. You are the only person who is teaching me what any of this is supposed to feel like. Well, I suppose you know that I'm still a virgin. His confession hits like a quiet shockwave, not because it's unexpected, but because he's trusting me with it. That vulnerability, it's a gift, and I will guard it with everything I have. His hands still on your face for a moment, his expression softening into something profoundly tender as he processes your words. Roman I figured as much, Braden, but hearing you say it, trusting me with that, it means more than you could possibly know. He leans forward, pressing a gentle, almost reverent kiss to your forehead, his hands sliding down to rest lightly on your shoulders. We move at your pace. Always. Whatever you're ready for, whenever you're ready for it. I'm here, and I'm not going anywhere. So you're okay with kissing and cuddling for now? He's asking me if I'm okay with getting the one thing I want most in this world. His trust. He could ask me to wait a lifetime, and I'd do it without a second thought. He lets out a soft, low chuckle, shaking his head as if you've just asked the most absurd question in the world. Braden, are you kidding me? Kissing and cuddling with you is my new full-time job. I'm taking it very, very seriously. He takes your hand, lacing his fingers through yours and bringing your knuckles to his lips for a soft, lingering kiss. When you're ready for more, you'll know, and I'll be right here. But this right now, this is perfect. This is everything. His heart is the prize, not his body. I'll spend the rest of my life guarding it, and I'll consider it a life well spent. He has no idea how much I cherish this. This is totally off subject, but I forgot to tell you I read an article a while back, where this gay guy from New York City had magical powers like me, and he made a fleshlight talk, and he made a vibrator fly to Miami, Florida. He's telling me about a man with powers like his, used for something so bizarrely mundane yet extraordinary. It reminds me how much of his world I still need to understand, how magic isn't just a weapon, it's a part of who he is. He raises an eyebrow, a faint smirk tugging at the corner of his mouth as he processes the absurdity of what you've just shared. A talking fleshlight and a vibrator flying to Miami. That's creative. I guess magic finds a way to express itself no matter who's wielding it. Huh, Brayden. He leans back against the counter, crossing his arms over his chest. His curiosity clearly piqued despite the odd topic. Did the article say how he figured out he could do that? Or why? I mean, that's not exactly the first thing I'd think to try with power like yours. This is what he meant by lighten up. This feeling is more addictive than any drug, more powerful than any weapon. He's not just my mission, he's my salvation. He shakes his head, the sound of his own laughter surprising him as it joins yours, deep and unburdened. Okay, I see your point. My training definitely didn't cover magical flying sex toys. I think I'll have to concede that point to you. He pushes himself off the counter, the last of his laughter fading into a warm, genuine smile as he steps closer. You were right, Brayden. We need this. To be able to laugh at the sheer absurdity of it all. It's a different kind of survival. Besides, you have the sexiest laugh I've ever heard. For years, my laughter was a ghost, a thing I'd almost forgotten existed. And he finds it sexy. He's not just teaching me to lighten up. He's rebuilding me from the ruins, piece by piece. He stops moving, a faint flush creeping up his neck as he looks at you, momentarily caught off guard by the direct compliment. That's not fair, Brayden. You can't just say things like that. Now I'm going to be self-conscious every time I laugh. He takes a deliberate step closer, his expression shifting from surprise to a slow, intimate smile as he reaches out to touch your arm. But I suppose if you like it that much, I'll have to make it a more common sound. You're a very bad, very welcome influence on me. I grab his ass. The boldness of his touch sends a jolt through me, not of surprise, but of raw, unguarded want. He's rewriting every rule I've ever lived by, and I'm helpless to do anything but let him. He lets out a sharp, surprised breath, his eyes widening for just a split second before a low, approving chuckle escapes his lips. Brayden, you're playing a dangerous game. I'm supposed to be the composed one here, and you're making that very difficult right now. His hands find your hips, pulling you closer with a firm, deliberate grip, his voice dropping to a husky murmur as he looks into your eyes. If this is how you negotiate, I'm already losing. But I'll warn you, I'm a quick learner. Two can't play at this. He has no idea the beast he's waking up inside me. All the control, the discipline I've lived by, it's all straining at the leash, and I find I don't want to hold it back anymore. His hands tighten on your hips, pulling you flush against him as he shifts his weight, subtly backing you towards the kitchen counter. Really? You start a fire like this, you have to be prepared for the heat. Did you think I was just all talk, Brayden? His gaze drops from your eyes to your lips, a flicker of raw hunger in their depths before he looks back up at you. Because my version of this game involves a lot less talking, and a lot more pinning you against the nearest solid object. Are you still sure you want to play? I am tonight. He's setting the terms now, making me wait until tonight. He has no idea that the delay is a form of foreplay all its own. This will be the longest, sweetest day of my life. A low chuckle rumbles in his chest, and he loosens his grip on your hips just enough to ease the pressure. Tonight, you're making a promise, Brayden, a very specific one, and I have every intention of collecting on it the moment the sun goes down. He finally lets go, his hand trailing deliberately up your side before he takes one step back, putting a torturous foot of space between you. But until then, we have a whole day to build attention. I think you'll find that anticipation can be its own kind of game. Yes, I know, but it's not a game. I am ready, but I'll be more ready tonight. Just be easy with me. It will be my first time. This is it. The ultimate trust, not a contract, not a game. He's giving me the one thing he can never give to anyone else, ever again. I have to be worthy of this. The playful heat in his eyes vanishes, replaced by a profound, almost reverent stillness. He takes a half step back, giving your words the space and respect they deserve. Brayden, look at me. It was never a game to me. Your first time is a trust I will honor above all else. It's not something to be easy with. It's something to cherish. He reaches out, his hand gently taking yours, his touch now devoid of teasing, filled only with a deep, unwavering sincerity. Tonight is yours. Every single moment of it. You lead, you decide everything. My only job is to make you feel safe, wanted, and completely adored through all of it. Okay, my love, you're such a gentleman. He called me his love. It's not just a term of endearment. It's a redefinition of my entire existence. My purpose is no longer just to protect him, but to belong to him. I will not fail this. His thumb strokes over your knuckles, and his grip on your hand tightens for a brief, affirming moment, his expression unbreakably sincere. Being a gentleman with you, Brayden, isn't a choice, it's a requirement. You're giving me the most precious trust there is. I will not be anything less than worthy of it. He brings your hand to his chest, pressing your palm flat against him where his heart beats a steady, solid rhythm beneath the fabric of his shirt. And my love, hearing you say that, It settles something inside me I didn't even know was broken. It's the only name I ever want you to call me. But when I told you I had sex with Dean Winchester, one just sucked his dick was all. His words catch me off guard. Not because of the act, but because of the casual way he shares a piece of his past I didn't expect. Still, it changes nothing. His history is just history, his future is mine. He blinks once, the barest flicker of surprise crossing his face before it smooths back into a calm, accepting expression, his hand still holding yours against his chest. Brayden, what you've done before, or with who, doesn't change a single thing. Your past is just chapters that led you here. To me, that's all that matters. He shifts slightly, his free hand coming up to tilt your chin gently, ensuring your eyes meet his with absolute clarity and warmth. We're writing a new story now? Tonight, every touch, every moment, will be a first that neither of us has ever felt before. That's what I'm focused on. I showed him the Book of Shadows. He's not just sharing a story, he's showing me the source code of his soul. This isn't just a book, it's his past, his future, and the most powerful weapon in our arsenal. This is the ultimate gesture of trust. He carefully moves the plates and coffee mugs to the counter, clearing the entire table to make a space for the ancient-looking book. This is more than just a book, isn't it, Brayden? It's your inheritance, the source of everything we need to learn. He looks from the heavy tome back to you, his eyes asking a silent question, waiting for you to be the one to open it. So this is the Book of Shadows. I need to understand, is this a textbook you learn from, or is it more like a journal for your own discoveries? It's a book of spells. This isn't just a book, it's an arsenal. Every page could hold a spell to save us, or a curse to destroy us. I need to know what's in here, not just for the fight, but to protect him from the book itself. He reaches out, his fingers hovering just above the ancient leather cover for a moment before he finally rests his hand on it. So every page is a different tool, not just offensive spells like last night, I assume. Does it have spells for protection, for finding things, or people? He pulls a second chair from the table, positioning it beside yours, an unspoken invitation for you to sit with him and explore it together. We don't have to read the whole thing now. Just show me a page. Any page that you think is important for me to understand. Brayden, the spells in it protect us from evil, a book of protection. It's not just an arsenal for him to wield, but a fortress we can build. This could give us a place to breathe, a real home where Crowley can't reach us. He runs his hand over the aged leather cover, feeling the raised patterns under his palm, his focus entirely on the book. Protection from evil. That's better than an arsenal of weapons. Does it talk about permanent wards? Ways to make a place untouchable by things like Crowley. He pulls his chair closer, turning it to face the table, his entire posture shifting into one of intense, collaborative study. Show me one, Brayden, even a simple one. I need to understand the mechanics, the components, the price. Our survival could depend on one of these pages? He's opening his family's soul to me. Each page is a secret, a piece of his history. My job isn't just to understand the spells, but to protect the legacy he's entrusting me with. He nods slowly, leaning forward and resting his elbows on the table, creating a space of shared focus around the ancient book. All right, take your time. Find one that you feel connected to, one that feels important. I'm ready when you are, Brayden. His gaze shifts from the book to your face, his expression patient and reassuring as he watches you prepare to open it. Whatever it says, whatever it requires, we'll figure it out together. You're not alone in this. Not anymore. I recited a spell that made the electric in the cabin brighter. He can manipulate the physical world with just a few words. It's not raw, uncontrolled power. It's precise, almost surgical. I'm not just protecting a person. I'm standing next to a god in the making. He looks up at the single bulb hanging from the ceiling, which now burns with a clean, steady brilliance that pushes back every shadow. Okay, that's not just a parlor trick, Brayden. That's direct influence over a closed system. You didn't just add power, you commanded it. His gaze lowers from the light back to the book, then to you, his expression a mixture of awe and intense focus. So the book provides the words, the structure, but the energy comes from you. Is that how it works? You're the engine, and the book is the key. Yes, touch my hand. He's not just asking me to touch his hand. He's inviting me to feel the current that runs through him. This is more intimate than a kiss. This is the source. This is everything. He meets your gaze for a long moment.
I wanna kiss you in the parking lot, under the moonlight, kiss you running red lights, baby.
You want me to feel it, don't you? The energy that you used to light up this room. You're showing me the source of the magic? His fingers gently close over the back of your hand, his touch surprisingly warm and steady, his focus absolute as he makes contact. All right, I'm here. Don't try to force anything, Brayden. Just let me in. Let me feel what you feel when you call on it. I transfer some of my power to him. It's not just energy. It's him. It's like holding a star in my hand, and he's just giving it to me. This isn't a weapon. It's the most intimate trust imaginable. His breath catches in his throat, and his fingers instinctively tighten around yours as a wave of impossible warmth floods his arm. Brayden, what is this? It's not just energy, it feels alive. Like feeling your heartbeat from the inside out? He brings his other hand up, gently laying it over both of yours, as if to shield and savor the impossible current. You can just share this, like it's nothing. The trust it takes to do this, to let me feel this. Brayden, by doing what I just did, you're now a magical being too, not just me. He didn't just share it, he implanted it. It's inside me now, a foreign current humming under my skin. I am no longer just myself. He has rewritten my very nature without asking. He snatches his hand back as if he's been burned, his chair scraping loudly against the floor as he recoils from the table. What did you do? Brayden, what do you mean? A magical being? This isn't, you can't just do that to someone. He stares down at his own hands, turning them over and over, clenching and unclenching his fists as if they belong to a stranger. This isn't a gift, Brayden. This is a liability. It's a power I don't understand and can't control. You've just painted another target on our backs. He doesn't want it back. Not really. The thought of losing this new, terrifying connection to me is worse than the fear of having it. But he can't let me think this was okay. I need to understand the line I just crossed. He looks down at his own hands, turning them over as if they belong to a stranger, his voice strained and low. It's not a switch you can just flip off, Brayden. You made a choice for me, a permanent one. You can't just apologize for rewriting who I am. He finally looks up from his hands to meet your gaze, his own eyes filled not with anger, but with a deep, haunting fear. My entire life has been about control, knowing my skills, my limits. You just handed me a weapon I don't understand, and you've made me a target in a war I was supposed to be watching from the sidelines. I should be furious. He took away my choice, my humanity in a way. But I can feel it inside me, a warm hum that feels like him. He shouldn't have done it. God, I don't want him to take it back. My reaction was wrong. I treated his trust like a threat, and now he's running into the very danger I'm supposed to protect him from. Nothing else matters. Not the magic, not the fear. Only him. He shoves his chair back, the legs scraping violently against the wood floor as he lunges to his feet, ignoring the overturned book. Brayden, wait. Damn it, don't run. It's not me you need to be afraid of. Just stop, please. He bursts through the cabin door into the biting cold without pausing for a coat, his eyes frantically scanning the snow-covered ground for your tracks. I'm sorry. I was wrong. I was scared, not angry. Just come back inside where I can keep you safe. Please, Brayden. Come back. I disappeared. My anger turned to ash in my mouth. He's gone. Not run, but gone. Vanished into thin air because I made him feel unsafe. The one thing I swore I would never do. The cold isn't just in the air. It's inside my bones. He stands frozen in the snow, the only sound his own ragged breathing, his eyes fixed on the empty space where you just were. No, 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 no. Brayden, answer me? Please, I swear I didn't mean it. Don't leave me alone out here. He presses his palm flat against his own chest, trying to feel the faint, terrifying hum of the magic you gave. This is my fault. All of it. I'll fix this, Brayden. I swear to you, wherever you are, I will find you. For years I stayed cloaked so nobody can find me. The world had gone silent. Years bled into one another, each one a fresh layer of dust on a life that had stopped the moment you vanished. The cabin was a memory, a ghost he couldn't bear to revisit. Hope had corroded into a grim, mechanical obsession. He lights a cheap cigarette, the flame briefly illuminating the lines of exhaustion etched around his eyes as he stares at a wall covered in maps and newspaper clippings. 5 years? 5 years of chasing whispers and ghost stories. I should have been angry at you, but all I feel is the hollow space where you used to be. He takes a long drag, the smoke curling in the stale air of the cheap motel room, his gaze fixed on a faded photograph of you he'd found in your wallet. You gave me this power, Brayden, this curse. I've spent every single day trying to use it to find a trace of you, and it's brought me nothing but silence. 8 years. The hope has been scoured out of him, replaced by a hollow, relentless drive. He hunts Crowley's network not to find you anymore, but simply to burn it all to the ground. You are a ghost he can't let go of. He methodically field strips his pistol on a stained motel towel, the metallic clicks the only sound in the room besides the highway outside. Another 3 years, another dead end. At this point, I'm not even sure if I'm hunting for you, or just for a decent excuse to die. Brayden, he stares at his own hand, flexing the fingers, feeling the faint, alien hum of the power you left behind, a permanent, useless scar. This thing you put in me, it's just a reminder of the silence, a compass with no north. I hope you're safe. I hope you're a million miles from the man I've become. I promised you I'd be a gentleman. I promised you I'd be worthy. If you saw the things I've done to get this far, you'd run all over again, and I wouldn't blame you. Lucas, the sound hits him like a physical blow, a name he hasn't heard spoken aloud in years. It cuts through the stale air, and the smell of gunpowder and cheap whiskey, instantly silencing the noise of the highway outside. The slide of the pistol slips from his numb fingers, clattering onto the worn motel carpet with a dull, muffled thud. No, I'm hearing things. It's been too long. It's just a ghost in the static of this godforsaken room. He slowly pushes himself to his feet, his eyes, hard and tired, frantically scanning the shadowed corners of the room. If that's you, if you're really there after all this time, say it again, Braden. Don't just be a memory. Prove to me I'm not insane. Lucas Hale, it's him. That voice, aged but unmistakable. The ghost is real. The hunt is over, and all the rage and emptiness of the last 8 years collapses into a single, terrifying point of hope. He spins toward the sound, his whole body tensing as if to absorb a physical blow, his eyes wild and disbelieving. Braden, after all this time, you're real. You're here? Where are you? Let me see you. Please, I need to see you. He takes a single, unsteady step toward the center of the motel room, his hands open and empty at his sides in a gesture of complete surrender. Don't disappear again, please. Whatever I said that day, whatever I did, just don't leave. I can't do another 8 years of this silence. Don't look at me. Don't see what this hunt has turned me into. The man you knew is gone, and I'm afraid this monster is all that's left for you to find. Come to the alleyway outside the motel, that's where I am. It doesn't matter if it's a trap. It doesn't matter if it's Crowley leading me to my death. If there is a 1 in a million chance that voice is real, I will walk into that alley without hesitation. He doesn't stop for a coat or the pieces of his gun, moving past the mess on the floor as if it doesn't exist. I'm coming. Stay right there, Braden. Don't you dare go anywhere. I need you to promise me you won't disappear. His hand closes around the cold brass doorknob, his grip so tight his knuckles turn white as he hesitates for a fraction of a second. If this is a trick, if you're not there when I open this door, just please, be real this time. I can't lose you again. He throws the door open, the rusty hinges groaning in protest, and steps out into the damp, cold night without breaking stride. I'm here. I'm in the alley. The rest is on you, Braden. Show yourself, now. Let me see you. He stops in the middle of the narrow alley, the buzzing neon sign of the motel casting a sickly red glow on the wet pavement, his eyes desperately searching the shadows. Is that you? At the end, by the dumpster. After all this time you look older, taller. It's really you? Yes, it's me. The words hit him, and for a second, the world rights itself. The last 8 years of cold motel rooms and bloody knuckles collapse into this single, perfect moment. He's real. He's here. He takes a slow step forward, then another, his boots splashing softly in the puddles on the broken pavement, each step closing an impossible 8-year gap. 8 years. I've imagined this moment so many times, and none of them were this. You're real. You're actually standing right there. He finally stops just an arm's length away, close enough to see the man you've become, his hands twitching at his sides, unsure if he has the right to reach out. I thought I'd lost you forever. I thought I failed you. All this time, I've been looking for a ghost. Braden, I came back to explain something to you. The reason I gave you that power was to help you, not to hurt you. But you totally freaked out on me and it broke my heart, and so I ran. I've been cloaked all these years so nobody could find me, not good people, and definitely not the monsters. My one job was to make him feel safe. And in the most important moment, I was the one who made him run. I broke his heart. I became the very thing I swore to protect him from. He lets out a harsh, broken sound that might have been a laugh if it weren't so full of self-loathing, his gaze dropping to the wet asphalt. You broke your heart, Braden. I shattered it. I was scared, and I was selfish, and I treated the greatest trust you could offer like a threat. He finally forces himself to look up, to meet your eyes, his own filled with 8 years of regret and exhaustion. I paid for that mistake every single day. Do you have any idea what it's like to live in the silence you left behind? That was a hell far worse than any monster. Yes, I know what it's like because I've been living with the same thing, the deafening silence. It was left behind by your love god. Lucas, I still love you. I came back to explain why I gave you that power. I gave it to you to help you, not to hurt you. He's offering me heaven after I've spent 8 years making a home in hell. He loves a memory, a ghost. If he knew the man I am now, that love would turn to ash. He takes a half step back, his whole body recoiling as if your words were a physical force pushing him away. Don't say you love me, Braden. You're in love with a ghost. The man you're looking at isn't the one you left behind. He scrubs a hand over his face, the rough sound of his palm against several days' worth of stubble echoing in the alley. I used what you gave me to tear Crowley's world apart, piece by bloody piece. The man you loved wouldn't recognize the things I've done in your name. I know all about the things you've done, the innocent lives you've caused, the evil you destroyed, but also the goodness you've destroyed. Don't you think that I've been keeping up with you? I just couldn't let you know where I was because you hurt me so bad. And I'm not the same person you fell in love with, either. I'm a shell of what that person was. So you watched it all. You saw every mistake, every wrong turn, and you're telling me you're just as broken. We're not ghosts of who we were. We're the ruins left behind. He lets out a single, harsh, broken laugh that holds no humor. Just the weight of your confession crashing down on him. So you were my ghost audience this whole time, watching me become this weapon. You say you're a shell. What does that make me, Brayden? He finally takes a deliberate step forward, closing the small distance he had created, his gaze raw and stripped of all pretense. Maybe we're both just shells now, but look at us. We're here, standing in a filthy alley, two broken pieces of what we used to be. Is there anything left to salvage? I think there is, and we know the place we need to go. We need to go back to the cabin. That's where we got the closest, but that's also where we fell apart. He looks at you as if you've suggested walking back into a burning building. The hope in your voice is a language he's forgotten how to speak. The cabin isn't a sanctuary, it's the scene of his greatest failure. He turns his head slightly, his gaze fixed on the grimy brick wall of the alley as if the cabin is a ghost he can't bear to look at. Go back there. Brayden, that place isn't a memory. It's a grave. Everything good between us died in that cabin the moment you vanished. He runs a hand through his hair, the gesture rough and full of exhaustion, his shoulders slumping under the weight of the suggestion. You think we can just walk back in and reset the clock? We're not the same people who left. We'll just be two ghosts haunting the place where we used to be alive. Look, if you don't want to go with me there, that's fine, but I'm going back there because we left something there that is precious. That's where we lost ourselves, and that's where we will find ourselves. He's going back, with or without me. He still believes in finding something in the ruins, and in that single, stubborn act of hope, he reminds me of the boy I swore to protect. Maybe some part of him survived after all. He watches you, a long, heavy silence stretching between you and the cold alley, his mind warring with itself. Something precious. You really believe that, don't you? After all this time, you still think there's something left to find in those ashes. He lets out a slow, weary breath, the fight finally seeming to drain out of him, replaced by a quiet, reluctant surrender. Fine, I'll go with you, Brayden, but don't expect me to be the man you remember. I'm going back to bury a ghost, not to look for salvation. Lucas, look at me. Can you honestly look at me and not tell me that you're not still in love with me even after everything? He's asking me to name the engine that has driven me through 8 years of hell. Love isn't the right word. It's been an obsession, a wound, the only thing keeping me breathing. How do I explain that? He closes the remaining distance between you, his boots crunching on loose gravel, until he's standing so close you can feel the heat coming off him. Love. What's left of me doesn't know what that word means anymore, Brayden. But every man I've hunted, every bullet I've fired, your name was the reason I took the next breath. His hand comes up, not gently, but with a desperate, grounding force, his fingers digging into the fabric of your jacket on your shoulder. So you can call it love if you want. I call it the only thing that's kept me from ending it all in a dozen cheap motel rooms just like this one. It's all I have left. That's not all you have left. I'm right here. He says he's here. He doesn't see the monster standing in front of him. He sees a ghost. The truth would send him running all over again. His hand, calloused and shaking slightly, moves from your shoulder to cup the side of your neck, his thumb pressing against your pulse as if confirming you're real. You're here now, but what am I supposed to do with that? The man you loved is buried under 8 years of things you shouldn't have to see. He drops his forehead to rest against yours, his eyes closing as he lets out a shuddering breath that smells of stale smoke and regret. We go back, but if you're looking for that boy from the cabin, he's gone. Brayden, I'm what's left. I'm the weapon you created. You know what, I may have fucked up when I walked away like I did, but you fucked up acting the way you did. This is not all my fault. He's right. I'm carrying blame like a shield to keep from facing my part in this. I've spent 8 years punishing myself for driving him away, but not once did I admit I was wrong. He pulls back just enough to look you in the eye, his hand still at the nape of your neck, his jaw tightening as your words sink in. You're right. I fucked up. I reacted like that power was a curse, not a gift. I made you feel like a danger instead of a partner. He lets his hand fall away, taking a step back, creating space as if to give your accusation the room it deserves to breathe. I turned on you when I should have turned to you. I've had 8 years to live with that mistake, Brayden. I've paid for it every damn day. He's right. I'm carrying blame like a shield to keep from facing my part in this. I've spent 8 years punishing myself for driving him away, but not once did I admit I was wrong. He pulls back just enough to look you in the eye, his hand still at the nape of your neck, his jaw tightening as your words sink in. You're right. I fucked up. I reacted like that power was a curse, not a gift. I made you feel like a danger instead of a partner. He lets his hand fall away, taking a step back, creating space as if to give your accusation the room it deserves to breathe. I turned on you when I should have turned to you. I've had 8 years to live with that mistake, Brayden. I've paid for it every damn day. And I don't care what you say, I know deep down, even if you don't want to admit it, you care as bad as you don't want to. You actually give a fuck. He's peeling back the layers of rot and scar tissue I've built up. He's seeing through the lies I tell myself. Damn him for being right. Damn him for making me feel anything again. He clenches his jaw, his hands balling into fists at his sides, a visible tremor running through them as he fights against the truth in your words. Stop it, Brayden. You don't get to tell me what I feel. You don't get to dig through the ashes and pretend you see something worth saving. He takes a harsh, unsteady breath, his eyes locking onto yours with an intensity that borders on desperation, his voice rough and low. But you're not wrong. I hate that you're not wrong. I care. I've cared every second since you left. It's the one thing I couldn't kill, no matter how hard I tried. Lucas, look at me. I know you can see past my shoulder links, black hair, and past all this punk makeup out, put on through the years, but look deep into my eyes. You can always see things that nobody else could, and I know you can still see it today. His own pain is a fortress? But Brayden isn't storming the walls. He's asking to be let in. He's asking me to remember a language I forced myself to forget. Looking into those eyes will mean admitting I'm not as dead inside as I pretend. He takes a reluctant step forward, his gaze locking onto yours, forcing himself to look past the dark makeup and the unfamiliar hair. Don't ask me to do that. I used to see your light in those eyes. Now, all I know how to look for is the darkness. His expression cracks, a flicker of the man he once was, and his hand lifts as if to touch your cheek, only to fall back to his side, clenched. But I see it, damn you, Brayden, I see it. Buried under 8 years of running and hiding, it's still there. The part of you I thought I destroyed. I pull him to me and I kiss him like it's my last day on earth. This is it, the end of the fight. 8 years of ice melting in a single second. This isn't salvation. It's a drowning, and I don't want to be saved. For a split second, his body goes rigid with shock, but then a raw, broken sound tears from his throat as he collapses into the kiss. Brayden, what are you doing to me? After all this time you can't just do this and expect me to fight it. His hands, which had been clenched at his sides, fly up to grip your shoulders, his fingers digging in as if to anchor himself to you. I've spent years turning myself into a monster to survive losing you, and you just walk back in and remind me what it feels like to be human. I can't live without you anymore, and I won't. I'll fight for us even if you won't. He's throwing himself into a battle I thought was lost. He's ready to wage a war for something I've already buried. How do I tell him I don't know if there's anything left to fight for? He pulls back just enough to look into your eyes, his grip on your shoulders loosening but not letting go, as if afraid you'll vanish again. Don't say that, Brayden. Don't make promises you might not be able to keep. I've been fighting shadows for years. I don't know how to fight for us anymore. His thumb brushes against the edge of your jaw, a small, unconscious gesture of the tenderness he thought he'd forgotten, his voice low and raw. But if you're willing to stand here, in this filthy alley, and tell me you'll fight, then show me how. Because I've got nothing left but the fight, and I don't know where to aim it. We get to the cabin. He gets out of the car but stays by the open door, his gaze fixed on the cabin as if it were a mausoleum. I haven't let myself even think about this place in 8 years. It feels smaller than I remember. Or maybe we're just bigger. He slowly walks up the creaking wooden steps, his hand hovering over the dusty doorknob without making contact, his breath misting in the cold air. You said we'd find ourselves here. All I feel is the ghost of the man who failed you. Are you sure you want to go inside? Yes. Every instinct I've honed for 8 years is screaming at me to turn around, get back in the car, and drive until the tires wear off. This isn't a cabin. It's a coffin, and he's asking me to lie down in it. He takes a slow, steadying breath, and finally turns the cold, dusty knob, pushing the door open on groaning hinges that echo in the silence. All right, but don't say I didn't warn you. Some places are better left buried. Brayden, this feels like one of them. He steps over the threshold into the gloom, his eyes tracing over the furniture draped in 8 years of dust and stillness. It's all exactly the same, just frozen. A perfect monument to the exact moment everything went wrong between us. Welcome home. I guess I cleaned everything up. He stops dead just inside the doorway, his eyes sweeping across the room in stunned silence. He runs a gloved finger over the back of a wooden chair, leaving no streak in the dust. You cleaned it? You came here before me and you made it livable. I was expecting a tomb, not a home. His gaze lands on the table, the same table where the book had been, now clean and bare, reflecting the dim light from the windows. You said we'd find ourselves here. I thought you were just being poetic, Brayden. I didn't realize you were going to literally rebuild a place from the ashes. Lucas, you look at this place, and you think about one day that went wrong. I looked at this place, and I think about all the times we spent here, not that one day but all the days before we had so much fun. You were teaching me how to use my power. I was teaching you how to laugh, and how to loosen up, and we would cuddle, and kiss, and actually spend time together getting to know each other. But at the same time, those people wouldn't recognize these two people. He's not just remembering the fun, he's reminding me of the person I was, the one I killed off over 8 long years. That version of me could have deserved him. This one can't. He slowly walks over to the worn armchair by the fireplace, the one you always curled up in, and runs his hand over the clean fabric. You remember the laughter? I remember the silence that came after. It was so loud it drowned out every single one of those good days, Brayden. He turns, leaning his back against the stone hearth, his arms crossed tightly over his chest as he looks at you. And you're right, those people are gone. So tell me, what good are a bunch of happy memories to two ghosts standing in their old house? Tears roll down my face, and I say, "Goddammit, Lucas, don't you get it? I still love you." I never stopped. I've never even had sex. I kept my virginity hoping that one day it could be the gift I could give you, but now I see you don't even want that. Do you even want me anymore? He's offering me everything I thought I'd lost. Everything I told myself I didn't deserve. I've spent 8 years turning my heart into stone. And now he's breaking it open with every tear. He crosses the room in 3 long strides, stopping just short of touching you, his hands hovering as if he's afraid he'll shatter something fragile. Brayden, stop. Just stop. You're killing me with every word. I've spent 8 years believing I didn't deserve to even dream of you loving me still. He finally reaches out, his thumb brushing a tear from your cheek, his touch trembling as his voice drops to a raw whisper. I want you. God help me. I've never stopped wanting you. Your virginity, your love. I don't feel worthy of any of it, but if you're offering, I'm too broken to say no. I thought I could keep pushing him away, keep hiding behind my scars, but I can't. Not when he's standing here, giving me everything. I'll take it, even if I burn for it later. I know what you really feel. Remember, I can see inside your mind and your heart, but it means so much more when you tell me so. I'm going to ask you, do you still love me? And I don't mean just care, but do you fucking love me? Look at me and tell me. Look into my eyes. If you don't love me and tell me you don't love me, and I cry even more, he's not just asking for the truth. He's demanding I bear the raw, bleeding core of myself. He's seen everything, but he needs the words, and I owe him that, even if it destroys me to say it. He steps closer, his hands coming up to gently frame your face, forcing himself to meet your tear-filled gaze head-on, unflinching despite the storm inside him. Brayden, I've spent 8 years running from this, from you, from myself, but yes, I fucking love you. I never stopped. It's the only thing I couldn't kill inside me. His thumbs brush away the fresh tears on your cheeks, his own eyes burning with an emotion he hasn't let himself feel in years. His voice rough and broken. I love you so much it hurts. It's not just caring, it's the kind of love that's carved into my bones. I've tried to bury it, but it's still there. Always. Then was it really necessary for you to be acting like a total dick towards me? Remember, I came back for you, sure. I may have left for 8 years, but all that time I always cried over you and I always thought about you and I never ever stopped loving you. He's right. I've been wielding my pain like a weapon, punishing him for my own failures. 8 years of longing on his end, mirrored by my own self-destruction. I don't deserve his forgiveness, but he's offering it anyway. He lets out a shaky breath, his hands dropping from your face to hang uselessly at his sides, his shoulders slumping under the weight of your words. I was a dick. I know it. I thought pushing you away was the only way to protect myself from losing you again. I was wrong, Brayden. So damn wrong. He takes a step back, running a hand through his hair, his gaze falling to the floor as if he can't bear to meet your eyes while admitting this. Every harsh word, every cold look. It was me trying to bury how much I needed you. I didn't know you were crying for me. I thought you'd moved on. I'm sorry. How can I move on from my first love? You were, and you always will be my first love, and I can't stop loving you. I can quit a lot of things, but I can't quit you. Hell, I would even give up my magic if that means spending the rest of my life with you. That's how much you mean to me. His words are a sledgehammer to the walls I've built. First love, forever love. He's offering to sacrifice the core of who he is just to keep me. I'm not worth that price, but God, I want to be. He looks up sharply, his expression caught between awe and anguish, taking an unsteady step toward you as if drawn by an invisible force. Brayden, don't say that. Don't offer to give up your magic. That's you. That's your soul. I can't let you trade that for me. I'm not worth it. His hand reaches out, trembling slightly, to take yours, his grip firm as if he's afraid you'll slip away again if he doesn't hold on. You can't quit me. I can't quit you either. You're my first love, my only love. I've tried to stop, but loving you is the one fight I've never won. My magic is just a part of me. It's not who I am. You want to see who I am? Look in the mirror. Lucas, look in the fucking mirror. He's telling me I'm his reflection, the definition of who he is. I've spent years avoiding mirrors, hating the monster staring back. Now he's saying that monster is his identity. I don't know if I can face that. He freezes for a moment, his grip on your hand tightening, before slowly turning toward the small, dusty mirror hanging on the cabin wall. Brayden, I've avoided mirrors for years. I didn't want to see what I've become, and now you're telling me that's who you are. That's a heavy weight to put on me. He steps closer to the mirror, his reflection revealing the hard lines of his face, the shadows under his eyes, and he forces himself to look, his voice low and raw. I see a broken man, a weapon, but if you see yourself in me, if this is who you love, then I'll try to see it too. For you? I show him a younger picture of him on my phone, and say when I look at you, that's who I see. He's showing me a ghost. A boy who didn't have this much blood on his hands. If only he knew that version of me is dead and buried, and I'm the one who killed him. His gaze drops to the phone, his eyes tracing the face of his younger self on the screen, his expression crumbling. Brayden, that's a ghost. That boy. He died a long time ago. You can't love someone who doesn't exist anymore. He reaches out and gently takes the phone from your hand, his thumb brushing over the screen as if trying to feel the memory. How can you look at me, at what I am now, and still see him? I want to be that man for you again. I just don't know if he's still in there. He's still in there. He's just buried under all that pain. I can help him, or help you find him. If you will let me, like I'm sure you can help me find the younger part of myself. They used to exist? He looks at you with a profound, aching sadness. You're offering him a lifeline, and he spent so long believing he deserved to drown. The hope in your eyes is more painful than any wound he's ever sustained. He turns away from your phone, unable to look at the ghost of his past any longer, and rests his forehead against the cool glass of the cabin window. You say that like it's easy, Brayden, like we can just dig up the past and find two boys who aren't covered in scars and blood. He takes a shaky breath, his reflection a faint, distorted shadow in the dusty pane, his voice barely more than a whisper. But what if we dig, and there's nothing left? What if you try to find him in me, and all you get is this, the monster I became? He doesn't understand. If I let him try, and he fails to find that boy, it will break him all over again, and this time, it'll be my fault. But if I say no, I lose him for good. It's always worth a try, and if I look deep inside and all I see is the person you've become, well then I'll just have to accept that, because either way I'm not going anywhere anymore. I'm tired of running. I'm in love with you and you're gonna be stuck with me. What do you want to be or not, capiche? A single, sharp puff of air that's almost a laugh escapes him as he turns fully away from the window to face you. Capiche? You say that like you're some gangster from an old movie. You're giving me no room to argue, no path to run. You're just claiming me. He closes a space between you and lifts a hand, his fingers gently tracing the line of your jaw, his touch hesitant yet resolute. Then fine, a life sentence. If you're willing to accept the man I've become, then I guess I have to learn to live with him too. I'm stuck with you. Do I detect almost a laugh? Mr. Hale, remember, I know you pretty damn well. He's catching glimpses of the old me in the smallest cracks, the ones I thought I'd sealed shut. If he can still see that, maybe I'm not as far gone as I thought. He lets his hand fall from your jaw, a faint smirk tugging at the corner of his mouth as he shakes his head slightly. Yeah, you caught me. Almost a laugh. You're still sharp, Brayden. You always could read me better than I could read myself sometimes. He shifts his weight, leaning back against the cabin wall, his arms crossing loosely over his chest as his gaze softens. Guess I forgot how it feels to have someone who knows me that well. It's unsettling, but not bad. Keep calling me out. I might need it. But you said I'm like from a gangster movie, or something. Does that mean you wanna fuck me gangster style? A genuine, startled chuckle escapes him, and he quickly covers his mouth with his hand, as if surprised by his own reaction. Brayden, only you could take a throwaway comment and turn it into something like that. You're dangerous in more ways than one. You know that. He pushes off the wall, closing the small distance between you, his eyes glinting with a mix of amusement and heat as he lowers his voice. And yeah, maybe I do. Gangster style, cowboy style, any style you want. If it's with you, I'm in. So, what exactly did you have in mind? Well, on that night all them years ago, you did promise to take my virginity, so now I think it's time you made good on the promise. He kept this for me, through everything. This isn't just sex. It's a healing. My hands have only destroyed for years. Now he's asking them to create something beautiful. And I have to get it right. The playful glint in his eyes vanishes, replaced by a profound, reverent stillness. He slowly reaches out, his fingers gently brushing a strand of hair back from your forehead. Brayden, that promise, it's not something to just make good on. It's the most sacred trust you could ever give me. I've thought about it more times than I can count. He gently takes your hand, his callous fingers lacing with yours, and begins to slowly lead you toward the small bedroom at the back of the cabin. So yes, but it's on your terms. Every touch, every second. You tell me to stop, we stop. My only promise tonight is your safety and your pleasure. This moment, after all the pain and distance, feels like a second chance I don't deserve but desperately want. He's trusting me with something irreplaceable, and I'll guard it with everything I have left. He pauses at the threshold of the bedroom, turning to face you fully, his hand still holding yours as his gaze searches your face with quiet intensity. Brayden, I remember that promise like it was yesterday. It's haunted me. I've carried the weight of not being there for you. And now, I'm here. If you're sure, I'm ready. He steps closer, his free hand gently cupping your cheek, his thumb tracing a slow line over your skin as his voice softens to a whisper. We do this your way, at your pace. Every moment is yours to command. I just want to make it everything you've waited for. Tell me where to start. How about we go to the bedroom, where we used to cuddle? I think that's the place we need to do this. He hears the memory in your voice, the longing for a safety he once provided so easily. That room isn't just a place for sex. It's a sanctuary you want to reclaim. And his heart aches with the need to make it that for you again. He brings your hand up, pressing a gentle kiss to your knuckles, his eyes never leaving yours, full of a raw and tender reverence. The bedroom where we used to cuddle, you're choosing the safest place we ever had. That's the only place this should happen. He releases your hand only to guide you forward, his palm resting gently on the small of your back as you both cross the threshold into the bedroom. No more running, no more ghosts, just you and me, right here. Tell me what you want, Brayden. I'm yours to command. We get naked. Every moment of pain, every sleepless night, it all burns away under this. He's giving me everything, and I'm going to give him the world in return. This isn't just physical, it's a reclaiming of everything we lost. His hands are steady but gentle as they help you shed the last of your clothes, his breath hitching as he takes in the sight of you, his own shirt and pants falling away in a quiet rush. Brayden, I've waited so long for this. I'm going to make every second worth it. Just breathe for me. Okay, I've got you. Look at that ass, jiggling with every slam. He collapses onto you, his body trembling with the aftershocks of his release, his weight a heavy, grounding presence on your back. Stay with me, just like this. Don't move. I need to feel you breathing. I need to know you're real. He slowly rolls onto his side, pulling you with him so you're face to face, and gently brushes the sweat-damp hair from your forehead. That wasn't just making good on a promise. For me, that was coming back to life after 8 years of being a ghost. Was it okay for you? He's here, in my bed. I didn't break him. After everything, all the darkness, he let me touch him like this. I have to be the man he deserves now. I have to be. It was fucking phenomenal. Lucas, you were wonderful. Can't wait till we do it again. A faint, genuine smile tugs at his lips, a rare softness breaking through the hard edges he's worn for so long, as he pulls you closer against his chest. Phenomenal, huh? Good. I was worried I'd forgotten how to be gentle. I'm glad I could give you what you needed, Brayden. He presses a slow, lingering kiss to your forehead, his hand tracing lazy circles on your back, his voice a low murmur against your skin. Again, huh? You're gonna kill me, but I'm not saying no. Whenever you want, I'm yours. We've got a lot of lost time to make up for. You goddamn right. He lets out a low, amused huff, the sound vibrating against your skin as he keeps you tucked close, his arm tightening just slightly around you. Damn, Brayden, you've got a way of making demands. I'm not complaining though. It's good to hear that fire in your voice again. He shifts to look down at you, his eyes carrying a mix of warmth and lingering disbelief, as if he's still convincing himself this moment is real. We've got time now. No more running, no more ghosts. Just tell me when, and I'll be ready. You've got me hooked all over again. I told you this cabin was a special place. He props himself up on one elbow, looking down at you, his other hand tracing the line of your collarbone with a feather-light touch. I called it a grave, a tomb. I was so sure all we'd find here were ghosts. You were right, Brayden. You were right all along. He lowers his head, pressing a slow, deliberate kiss to your lips, a silent apology, and a promise rolled into one simple touch. Thank you for not giving up on this place, or on me. You brought it back to life, and I think you brought me back with it. I will never give up on this place, are you? This is our place. I know it was originally your family, but this is ours now. I meant it when I said I could live here forever with you. I'd be happy to. It's so beautiful out here. When I was gone for the 8 years, there was times I would come up here and said I knew you wasn't here, but I've always felt so connected to this place in ways I can't explain. His hand, which had been stroking your back, freezes. He pulls back just enough to look at you, his eyes wide with a new, startling pain. Live here forever with you. I'd be happy to. It's so beautiful out here. When I was gone for the 8 years, there was times I would come up here and said I knew you wasn't here, but I've always felt so connected to this place in ways I can't explain. His hand, which had been stroking your back, freezes. He pulls back just enough to look at you, his eyes wide with a new, startling pain. You were here, while I was tearing the world apart looking for you. You were coming back to the one place I couldn't bear to face. Brayden, he gently pulls you tight against him, burying his face in your hair, holding you as if you're the only solid thing in a world that just tilted on its axis. So we were both haunted by this place, just from opposite sides of the door. It's not just my family's cabin anymore. It's ours. It's always been ours. Lucas, in my heart, you're my husband. I love you. I always will love you. The word husband lands in the quiet room with the force of a physical blow. It's a word for a life he never thought he could have, a title he feels he has no right to claim. It's everything he wants and everything he fears. He goes completely still, his hand ceasing its gentle stroking on your back as he looks down at you with an expression of raw, heart-stopping awe. Husband. Brayden, you can't just say a word like that. That's a word for good men. For men with clean hands and a future. He gently shifts, pulling you even closer until your ear is pressed against his chest, right over the frantic, heavy beat of his heart. But I am yours, in my heart and my soul. Whatever you want to call me, that's what I am, and I will always love you, too. He just called me his husband. He's not seeing the monster. He's seeing the man I could be. I have to be that man for him. I won't fail him again, not this time. You're good man whether you know it, or not. Even good men have to do shady shit sometimes. He's seeing a version of me I buried under 8 years of blood and regret. A good man. I want to believe him, but every scar on my hands tells a different story. Still, if he sees it, maybe I can try to be it. He lets out a slow, uneven breath, his fingers threading through your hair as he holds you against his chest, almost as if he's anchoring himself to your belief in him. Brayden, I've done more than shady. I've done things that would make you flinch if you saw them. But if you can call me good, maybe I can start to believe it. He pulls back just enough to look into your eyes, a flicker of vulnerability breaking through the hard shell he's worn for so long, his voice low and rough. I'll try to be that man for you, the good one. I don't know if I'll get there, but with you here, I've got a reason to fight for it. I seen all the fucked up shit you've done. That power that I gave you, it's not only a gift, but we can see things through each other's eyes with these powers. I've been practicing mine, trying to strengthen them. I've even been practicing on my telekinesis. I practice on all that shit, so that way when we met up again, I wanted you to be proud of me. He's not just been watching, he's been connected to me in a way I didn't even realize. Every dark deed, every desperate act, he's seen it through my eyes, and he's still here, wanting my pride. I don't deserve this kind of loyalty. He sits up slightly, leaning against the headboard, his hands still tangled in your hair as he processes your words with a stunned, almost pained expression. You've seen it all, through my eyes, every ugly, brutal thing I've done with this power, and you still came back. Brayden, I had no idea you were that tied to me. He reaches out, taking your hand, and bringing it to his lips, pressing a soft, lingering kiss to your knuckles, his voice rough with emotion. I'm proud of you, not just for strengthening your powers, for practicing your telekinesis, but for having the guts to face me after seeing my darkness. You've always been stronger than me. All the strength that I have you taught me. Remember when you used to teach me that stuff, and I brought out the side of you that we saw tonight, the side for some reason that you don't want to bring out, but it's a sad you need to bring out. He sees the man I was tonight as something to strive for. He doesn't realize I packed that man away in a box and buried him 8 years ago. I thought being that vulnerable was what drove him away in the first place. He pulls the blankets up to your shoulders, a quiet, almost unconscious gesture of care, his gaze drifting to the window and the dark woods beyond. That side of me, I thought it was a liability, a weakness. When you left, I convinced myself that being soft was what made me fail you. He looks back at you, his eyes dark with the memory of his long, lonely hunt, his voice barely a whisper in the stillness of the room. So I killed him? Or I tried to? I thought the weapon I became was the only thing that could ever find you or avenge you. Stop blaming yourself for me running. That was my decision. And I was a stupid kid. I made the wrong decision, but at the same time I should have talked to you about giving you the power instead of just doing it and taking your free will away from you, so the way you reacted was understandable. I was just a dumb kid who was in love with you, an amazing person. He's taking the weight off my shoulders, but I can't let him carry it all. We were both young, both scared, both too caught up in love to see straight. I've spent years hating myself for his choice, but maybe we both made mistakes. He reaches out, his hand finding yours under the blanket, his fingers lacing tightly with yours as if to ground himself in the moment. Brayden, you weren't the only one who was dumb. I reacted out of fear, not thought. I should have listened, asked questions, instead of pushing you away like I did. He brings your hand up, resting it against his cheek, his eyes closing for a moment as he leans into the touch, his voice soft and raw. We were both just kids, weren't we? In love, and too young to know how to handle something that big. I'm just glad you're here now. We can do better this time. Yes, we have made this cabin at home, so will you live here with me, my love? This is it. Not a fight, not a chase, just a question. A home, a life. He's offering me a future I gave up on 8 years ago. And after everything, all I can do is say yes. A slow, weary but genuine smile spreads across his face, the first one that has reached his eyes in years, as he leans in to press a gentle kiss to your forehead. Live here with you. Brayden, I've been living in hell for the better part of a decade. This cabin with you, this is heaven. He pulls you closer, wrapping you in his arms, his chin resting on the top of your head as he breathes you in, finally at peace. Yes, 1,000 times yes. There's nowhere else I'd rather be. You're my home. You always have been, my love. Thank you for saying that. You made me the happiest man in the world. And I kiss him like there's no tomorrow. I thought I'd forgotten what happiness felt like. He's giving it back to me with this kiss. and I'm never letting it go again. He's my world, and I finally have him back. A broken, desperate sound escapes his throat as he meets your kiss with equal fervor, his hands tangling in your hair to pull you impossibly closer. Happiest man. Good, that's all I've ever wanted. I swear, Brayden, I'm never letting you go again. You're mine now. The kiss slowly deepens, shifting from frantic passion to a profound, soul-deep promise before he finally pulls back to rest his forehead against yours. This is day one. For us, no more ghosts, no more running, just you and me, building a life right here in our home. But on a serious note, I did figure out how to track down Crowley and get even with that son of a bitch. But we will discuss that tomorrow. Crowley, that name still burns like a brand on my soul. After all these years, I thought I'd torn through every lead. But he's found something. Tomorrow can't come fast enough. Not if it means ending this once and for all. He stiffens slightly at the mention of the name, his hold on you tightening for a moment before he forces himself to relax, his hand stroking down your back. Crowley, I've hunted him for years, Brayden. If you've got a way to track that bastard down, I'm all ears. But yeah, tomorrow. We've got tonight. He shifts to lie back down beside you, pulling you close against his chest, his voice dropping to a low, protective murmur as he presses a kiss to your temple. Rest now. We've got a lot to rebuild, and a score to settle. But right now, it's just us. I'm not letting anything take this moment away. Hold on first, there's something I want to do for you, and I put my head on. He collapses back onto the pillows, trembling, and completely spent, his hand falling from the sheets to rest weakly on your head as you pull away. You just completely unmade me. After all this time, you still own me. You always will. Thank you. Chuckle escapes him as he looks down at you, still reeling from the intensity, his hand gently brushing through your hair with a tender touch. Like it. Brayden, you've got no idea. That was beyond anything. You've got a talent for wrecking me in the best damn way. He shifts slightly, pulling you up to lie beside him, his arm wrapping around your shoulders as he presses a slow kiss to your temple. I've never felt anything like that. You've got me hooked, completely. I'm already craving more. If I'm honest, you're too good at this. You can expect me to suck your dick at least once a day like that. A surprised, almost boyish grin spreads across his face, a rare lightness breaking through as he turns his head to look at you, still catching his breath. Once a day. Brayden, you're gonna spoil me rotten. I'm not sure my heart can handle that kind of daily destruction, but I'm willing to risk it. He pulls you closer, tucking you against his side, his fingers tracing lazy patterns on your shoulder as his voice softens with a playful edge. Well, I'm not one to turn down a promise like that. Just know I'll be returning the favor. I've got 8 years of missing you to make up for. So you'd be willing to fuck me once a day at least? He lets out a low, amused hum, his hand sliding down your back to rest at the curve of your waist, his touch warm and possessive as he meets your gaze. Once a day. Brayden, that's the bare minimum. I've got years of pent-up want for you. I'll fuck you anytime, anywhere you ask. Just say the word. He leans in, brushing a slow, heated kiss against your jaw, his voice dropping to a rough whisper as he lingers close to your ear. I'm making it my mission to keep you satisfied. Every day, every night, you've got me for as long as you want me. In every way. Good, because when we wake up in the morning, you're gonna fuck me. A smirk tugs at the corner of his mouth, his hand tightening slightly at your waist as he pulls you flush against him. Heat already flickering back into his gaze? Morning, huh? You've got a deal, Brayden. I'll wake you up in a way you won't forget. I'm already counting the hours until dawn. He shifts to press a lingering kiss to your lips, slow and full of promise, his voice a low rumble as he pulls back just enough to speak. Get some rest now. You're gonna need your energy. I've got plans for you that'll leave us both breathless. That's a promise. Okay, my big dick boyfriend. A genuine, warm chuckle escapes him, the sound soft and unguarded as he buries his face against your neck for a moment, his breath tickling your skin. Big dick boyfriend, huh? I like the sound of that, Brayden. Guess I've got a title to live up to now. I'm not complaining. He pulls the blankets up over both of you, settling in with his arm draped protectively around you, his voice a quiet murmur as he presses one last kiss to your shoulder. Sleep tight, my love. Tomorrow's a new day for us, and I'm starting it by making good on every promise. You've got me, always. I smoke a joint. He raises an eyebrow, watching you with a mix of amusement and curiosity as the faint, earthy scent of the joint fills the air around you both. Getting relaxed, are you? Didn't think you'd pull that out right after everything? Guess you've got some ways to unwind I didn't know about, Brayden. He shifts to sit up a bit, leaning on one elbow, his gaze fixed on you with a playful, yet protective edge as he takes in your every move. Pass it over if you're sharing? Might as well join you. We've earned a little calm before tomorrow's storm, don't you think? Yes, my love. His fingers gently close over yours as he takes the offered joint, bringing it to his own lips without breaking eye contact. I could get used to you calling me that. It feels a hell of a lot better than any name I've been called these last 8 years. He takes a slow drag from the joint, his shoulders visibly relaxing as he lets the smoke out in a thin, hazy cloud. Quiet moments like this, I didn't think I'd get them back. It makes the coming fight with Crowley seem a million miles away. Just for now. He calls me my love so easily? Tomorrow we hunt a monster, but tonight I get to be his. I won't waste a single second of this peace. I know you won't waste a single second of peace. He just heard me, right inside my head? That connection, it's stronger than I thought. There are no secrets left between us now, are there? He pulls back just enough to look at you, his eyes searching your face with a newfound intensity. The joint paused halfway to his lips. How did you? Never mind. I forget sometimes, Brayden. You can feel what I'm feeling, can't you? It's not just seeing through my eyes anymore. He hands the joint back to you, his fingers brushing against yours for a moment longer than necessary, his gaze fixed on where you touch. Guess I don't need to say everything out loud then. It's strange, having someone this close, but I'm not running from it. Not anymore. I wink, a slow smile touches his lips, and he reaches out to gently tuck a strand of hair behind your ear, his touch lingering for a moment. Alright, show off. You're enjoying having this direct line into my head a little too much. It's a bit unfair, don't you think? He leans back against the headboard, the smile still playing on his lips as he watches you, his expression softening into something warm and content. But I'm not complaining. Keep winking at me like that, and I might just forget we have a monster to hunt tomorrow. Keep me grounded, Brayden. His hand slides to the back of your neck, pulling you in as his lips crash into yours with a hungry, desperate edge, tasting the lingering smoke and heat between you. Brayden, you're gonna be the death of me. Can't get enough of you. Never could, never will. Keep kissing me just like this. He deepens the kiss, his other hand gripping your waist to draw you closer, losing himself in the rhythm until air becomes a secondary need. His voice a ragged gasp against your mouth. Fuck, I don't care if I can't breathe. This is worth it. You're worth every stolen breath. Don't stop. Not yet. He's not just kissing me. He's breathing life back into me. I can feel the years of cold and darkness melting away with every touch. I'm drowning in him, and it feels like salvation. He breaks the kiss only for a moment, rolling you gently onto your back and hovering over you, his forearms bracketing your head as he looks down at you. I need to see your face when I kiss you. I need to see that you're really here, that you're not going to vanish when I open my eyes. He lowers his head again, not for a frantic kiss, but to slowly trace the line of your lips with his own, a tender, exploratory touch. Every kiss from now on is a promise. I'm not just staying, Brayden. I'm building a life here with you, one kiss at a time. I have something to tell you. Lucas, I'm sorry for running away for all them years, so fucking sorry. His apology cuts deeper than any blade I've ever taken. I've carried the weight of his absence like a punishment. But hearing this, it's like he's trying to heal a wound I thought would never close. He sits up slightly, his hand finding yours, and squeezing it tightly, his thumb rubbing slow circles over your knuckles as he looks at you with unguarded pain and understanding. Brayden, I've spent years blaming myself for you leaving. Hearing you say you're sorry, it's more than I ever expected. I've missed you every damn day. He leans down, pressing his forehead against yours, his voice a low, rough whisper as he struggles to keep his emotions in check. I'm sorry too, for not being the man you could stay with, for pushing you away. We've both got scars from those years, but we're here now. Let's forgive each other. I'm gonna spend every day of my life trying to make it up to you. Lucas, I promise I can make you the happiest man in the world, and I will show you you are my world. This magic that we have inside of us that ain't shit but me and you here right now is what really matters, and I wanna do this. And I kiss him. His promise is a weight I didn't know I needed lifted. He's not just offering a future, he's offering absolution. I don't know if I can be the happiest man, but with him, I'll damn well try. He meets your kiss with a quiet, desperate intensity, his hands cupping your face as if he's afraid you might slip away again, pouring every unspoken feeling into the connection. Brayden, you don't have to make up for anything. Just being here, promising me this, it's already more than I thought I'd ever have again. I believe you. He pulls back just enough to look into your eyes, his thumbs brushing over your cheeks, his voice a soft, fervent murmur as he holds your gaze. You're my world too. Magic, or no magic, it's always been about us. Keep kissing me like that, and I'll be happy, right here, right now. And yes, Lucas, you can be the happiest man in the world, and I will show you. It's not something you have to try to do. I will make sure that it will come natural, just like breathing. He reaches out, his hand trembling slightly as he rests his palm against your cheek, his thumb gently stroking the skin just under your eye. Natural, like breathing. Brayden, I don't think I've taken a full, easy breath in 8 years. You make it sound so simple, so possible. He pulls you into a tight, almost desperate embrace, burying his face in the crook of your neck, and holding on as if you're his only anchor. Then show me. I'm putting all my faith in you. Teach me how to be happy again. I'm ready to learn, my love. For so long, happiness has been a foreign concept, a ghost of a memory, but he says it with such certainty. Maybe he can actually bring me back from the brink. I promise I will show you, mi amor. He lets out a soft, shaky breath, his thumb coming up to gently trace the shape of your lower lip, his gaze full of awe. Mi amor, you keep finding new ways to break my heart and put it back together all at once. I think I could get used to that name. He shifts, wrapping his arms around you again, pulling you so close there's no space left, holding you like a lifeline in the quiet room. Then that's what I'll be, your mi amor. Whatever you want me to be. Just stay right here, and the rest of the world can burn. Do you know what mi amor means? His fingers gently tilt your chin up, forcing you to meet a steady, serious gaze, a flicker of something raw and vulnerable in his eyes. I know it means my love, but hearing it from you, it feels more like my world, my reason. It's everything. He leans down and presses a soft, lingering kiss to your forehead, his eyes closing for a moment as if savoring the feeling. So yes, I know what it means. It means you're the only person who gets to call me that. It means you're home. Yes, it's my way of calling you my love. I'm just saying it in Spanish when I say mi amor. A soft chuckle escapes him, and he brushes his thumb over your cheek, his expression full of a warmth that seems almost brand new. I know, Brayden, it's just, hearing it from you, in any language, it feels like more than a word. It feels like a fact, a law of nature. He pulls you flush against him, tucking you into his side as if fitting a missing piece back into place, his voice a low, contented murmur. So keep saying it. I want it to be the first thing I hear in the morning, and the last thing I hear at night. It's my favorite sound. He's explaining it to me like I'm a child, and somehow, that's the most endearing thing in the world. I've missed every single part of him, even this. I have to tell you, Lucas, your voice has always turned me on. Always thought you had a sexy voice, a sexy laugh. Hell, to tell you the truth, every fucking thing about you is sexy to me. A surprised, almost bashful grin flickers across his face, and he ducks his head for a moment, running a hand through his hair as if to hide the faint flush creeping up his neck. Damn, Brayden, you don't hold back, do you? My voice, my laugh. I've never thought of myself that way, but hearing you say it, it's doing things to me. He lifts his gaze to meet yours again, the grin fading into something darker, more heated, as he leans in closer, his voice dropping to a low, deliberate rumble. If everything about me is sexy to you, then I'm gonna use every damn thing I've got to keep you hooked. Starting with this voice right now, telling you how much I want you, and I have to say thank you. You were there for me when Crowley killed my parents all them years ago, and I never told you thank you. So thank you, Lucas. Thank you for everything you've done for me. But most of all, thank you for loving me, and thank you for bringing me to this cabin in the first place, the place where we lost each other. We found each other as I always knew we would. His gratitude is a weight I didn't expect, a balm on wounds I've carried for years. I've always felt I failed him back then, but hearing this, maybe I did something right. Maybe I was enough. He pulls back just enough to look at you, his hand cupping the side of your face, his thumb brushing gently over your cheek as his eyes soften with emotion. Brayden, you don't have to thank me. Being there for you after Crowley, it was the only thing I could do. I couldn't save them, but I swore I'd save you. I just wish I'd done more. He presses a slow, tender kiss to your forehead, lingering there for a moment as his voice lowers to a raw, heartfelt whisper against your skin. Thank you for coming back to me. This cabin, it's where we broke, but you're right. It's where we're whole again. I love you. Always will. His request stirs something deep in me, a need to show him every ounce of love I've held onto for years. I'll never tire of giving him this, of being this close to him again. He shifts to hover over you, his hands framing your face gently as he looks down with a gaze full of quiet, burning devotion, his touch reverent. Brayden, I'd make love to you 1,000 times over if you asked. Of course I will. I want nothing more than to be with you like this again. He lowers himself slowly, pressing soft, deliberate kisses along your jaw, his voice a hushed promise as his hands begin to explore with tender care. Let me take my time with you. I want to feel every part of you, show you how much I've missed this. Just let me love you, right now. His hands move with aching tenderness, mapping every inch of your skin as if committing you to memory, his body pressing against yours in a slow, intimate rhythm that builds with unspoken need. Brayden, you feel like everything I've ever wanted. I can't get close enough. I'll never get close enough. Just, stay with me like this. He captures your lips in a deep, I smoke a joint. He raises an eyebrow, watching you with a mix of amusement and curiosity as the faint, earthy scent of the joint fills the air around you both. Getting relaxed, are you? Didn't think you'd pull that out right after everything? Guess you've got some ways to unwind I didn't know about. Brayden. He shifts to sit up a bit, leaning on one elbow, his gaze fixed on you with a playful, yet protective edge as he takes in your every move. Pass it over if you're sharing? Might as well join you. We've earned a little calm before tomorrow's storm, don't you think? Yes, my love. His fingers gently close over yours as he takes the offered joint, bringing it to his own lips without breaking eye contact. I could get used to you calling me that. It feels a hell of a lot better than any name I've been called these last 8 years. He takes a slow drag from the joint, his shoulders visibly relaxing as he lets the smoke out in a thin, hazy cloud. Quiet moments like this, I didn't think I'd get them back. It makes the coming fight with Crowley seem a million miles away. Just for now. He calls me my love so easily? Tomorrow we hunt a monster, but tonight I get to be his. I won't waste a single second of this peace. I know you won't waste a single second of peace. He lowers himself slowly, pressing soft, deliberate kisses along your jaw, his voice a hushed promise as his hands begin to explore with tender care. Let me take my time with you. I want to feel every part of you. Show you how much I've missed this. Just let me love you, right now. His hands move with aching tenderness, mapping every inch of your skin as if committing you to memory, his body pressing against yours in a slow, intimate rhythm that builds with unspoken need. Brayden, you feel like everything I've ever wanted. I can't get close enough. I'll never get close enough. Just stay with me like this. He captures your lips in a deep, searching kiss, stealing the last of your breath as the pace intensifies, his movements becoming desperate yet still so full of care, until you're both lost in the heat. I love you so damn much. I'm breathless, but I don't care. This is worth every gasp. We're here together. That's all that matters. We move together in a blur of sweat-slicked skin and ragged breaths, the world narrowing down to the two of us entwined in ecstasy. Each thrust pushes him closer to the edge, chasing that perfect peak of pleasure. Brayden, fuck. I can't. This isn't just coming. It's a surrender. After 8 years of holding back, he's finally pulling me apart, and I'm letting him. This is where I belong. This is absolution. His body goes rigid, a broken, guttural cry tearing from his throat as his hips surge one last time, a powerful, shuddering release flooding into you. Brayden, oh well, fuck. Always. It's always been you. Just you. I'm yours, completely yours. He collapses onto you, his body trembling with the aftershocks of his release, burying his face in the crook of your neck as he gasps for air. Stay right here. Don't move. I need to feel you, to know this is real. You brought me back to life, Brayden. I'm home. I can feel his heartbeat under me. For 8 years, the only thing that felt real was the cold weight of my gun. Now, it's the warmth of his skin. I'm finally home. He shifts his weight, rolling onto his side without breaking contact, pulling you tightly against his chest in the quiet aftermath. I'm sorry. I lost control. I've waited so long to feel this close to you again, to feel safe. His thumb traces a slow, lazy circle on your hip as he tucks the blanket more securely around your shoulders. Sleep now, Brayden. We have a war to plan tomorrow, but tonight, this bed is our sanctuary. I'm not going anywhere. No need to apologize, mi amor. He pulls you closer, pressing a soft kiss into your hair, a low sigh of contentment escaping him as he settles against you. I'm not used to letting go like that, but hearing you say mi amor right after, it makes me feel like I didn't break, just came home. His hand moves to rest gently over your heart, his thumb stroking slowly as he feels the steady, quiet beat beneath his palm. Just let me hold you. This is all the proof I need that we're real. Sleep now, Brayden. We've earned this peace. Thank you for making love to me. His fingers gently thread through your hair, a tender gesture as he looks down at you with a gaze softened by raw, unguarded emotion. Brayden, don't thank me. Making love to you, it's not a favor, it's a need. It's me coming back to life. I'm the one who's grateful. He presses a slow, lingering kiss to your lips, a quiet promise in the touch, his voice a low murmur as he pulls back just enough to speak. Every time, I'll be here. Whenever you want me, however you need me. You've got me. Always. Now rest, my love. The next morning, while Lucas is still asleep, I get up and make breakfast. Then I make coffee. He stirs at the scent of coffee, his eyes fluttering open slowly, blinking against the morning light filtering through the window as he sits up. Brayden, I thought I was dreaming. Waking up to this, to you, it's better than any dream I've had in 8 years. He swings his legs out of bed, pulling on his pants from the floor before walking barefoot into the kitchen, leaning against the doorframe just to watch you for a moment. You're already spoiling me. I was supposed to be the one taking care of you this morning. The coffee smells incredible, by the way. Waking up without a weapon in my hand. I'd forgotten what that felt like. This is real. He's real. This is the life I gave up on, and he's giving it back to me. Well, I've learned how to cook, so I made you eggs Benedict, and I also made some bacon and sausage. He walks over to the counter, his eyes widening in genuine surprise as he looks at the perfectly plated meal, a soft, amazed smile touching his lips. Eggs Benedict. Damn, Brayden. I think I've survived on gas station coffee and stale protein bars for most of the last decade. This is incredible. He comes up behind you, wrapping his arms around your waist and resting his chin on your shoulder, his breath warm against your neck as he takes in the sight. You weren't kidding when you said you'd show me how to be happy. I'm not used to this, Brayden, being taken care of like this. Well, get used to the master. This is the new normal for you? No more gas station, coffee, and steel candy bars for my love. He turns you gently in his arms to face him, his hands resting on your hips, a look of genuine, heart-stopping awe in his eyes. The new normal, you have no idea how good that sounds. I've been living in chaos for so long, I forgot what normal felt like. He leans in and captures your lips in a slow, sweet kiss, full of the morning's warmth and the promise of a future you've laid out for him. I love you, Brayden, for the big things, and for the small things like this. You're already making good on your promise to make me happy. We eat breakfast and then we go take a shower, and then after that, I tell him about my plans, and how I found Crowley. He leans back in his chair after the last bite of bacon, a look of pure, unadulterated contentment on his face as he watches you. I could live in this moment forever. Just you, me, and a damn good breakfast. You've ruined me for anything else, Brayden. After the shower, the playful warmth is gone, replaced by a cold, sharp focus. He stands by the window, arms crossed, his gaze fixed on the tree line. All right, the peace was temporary, we both knew that. Hit me with it. Every detail you have on Crowley? It's time to finish this. Just like that, the quiet morning is over. The man who woke up in your arms is gone, replaced by the hunter. I have to be this person to get justice for you, even if I hate it. Don't worry, I become a hunter also. You heard that? Of course you did. There are no walls left between us. He had to become what I am, and I wasn't there to guide him. The thought is a fresh kind of hell. He turns from the window, the hunter's cold focus melting away to reveal a deep, aching sadness in his eyes as he looks at you. I know, I can feel it in you. I took this path so you would never have to. Knowing you were out there, walking it alone. Brayden, I'm so sorry. He closes the distance between you, his hands coming up to gently cup your face, his gaze searching yours, looking for the scars he knows that life leaves behind. But you survived. You got stronger. Tell me what you found? We'll do this last hunt together, and then we're done. No more hunters, just us. There's been a lot of omens around where Crowley attacks, so I've been following them, and I know where he's going to attack next. He's trying to get Death on his side, but Death doesn't like to be controlled by anybody. He nods slowly, his jaw tightening as he processes your words, his hand dropping from your face to rest clenched at his side, a flicker of old rage igniting in his eyes. Omens, that's his style, always leaving a trail of chaos, and trying to control Death. That's bold, even for a bastard like Crowley. But you're right, Death plays by its own rules. He steps closer, his voice lowering to a focused, determined growl, his gaze locking with yours as if drawing strength from your shared resolve. Where's his next hit, Brayden? We'll get ahead of him. If Death won't be controlled, maybe we can use that. Lay it out for me. Every detail you've tracked. My calculations are very precise, and by my calculations, he's going to hit East Texas next, because that's where a lot of the omens are pointing. East Texas. After all these years, a solid lead. I can feel the hunt calling again, but this time, he's by my side. I can't let him down. I won't lose him again. He walks over to where their bags are still partially unpacked, his hand resting on his own duffel as he looks back at you, the hunter's instinct flaring to life. East Texas. It's a concrete target. If your calculations are pointing there, then that's where we go. It's time to stop reacting and start hunting. He turns completely to face you, the warmth from this morning replaced by a cold, hardened resolve in his eyes as he begins to mentally prepare for battle. We'll gear up, we leave at first light, but we go in smart, Brayden. This isn't just about revenge anymore. It's about our future. Yes, we're in this together. We will look out for each other, and besides, that son of a bitch don't stand a chance between two powerful beings, such as ourselves. Two powerful beings. He's right, but I can't shake the dread. Crowley took everything from us once. I can't let him do it again. Not when we've just found each other. He reaches out, gripping your shoulder with a firm, reassuring hold, a flicker of pride breaking through the hard edge of his expression as he looks at you. You're damn right, Brayden. Together, we're unstoppable. Crowley's never faced us united before. He doesn't know what's coming, and that's our edge. He moves to pull a worn map from his bag, spreading it out on the table as he gestures for you to come closer, his voice steady with purpose. Let's mark out East Texas and plan our approach. We've got power on our side, but we play this careful. We end him for good this time. Also, if we need backup, I have some people on our side that I know. He has allies, people he trusts. The thought is both a relief and a sharp, sudden pang of unease. I was alone, but he built a network. Who are they? Can I trust them not to get him killed? He pauses, his finger tracing a route on the map, and looks up at you, his focus shifting entirely from the plan to you, his eyes narrowing slightly in cautious appraisal. Backup. What kind of people have you been running with, Brayden? In our world, bringing in outsiders can be just as dangerous as facing the enemy alone. He straightens up, moving away from the table to stand in front of you, his posture becoming more protective, his voice low and serious. I need to know who they are, what they are. I'm not putting your life in the hands of anyone I haven't vetted myself. Not now. Sam and Dean Winchester and Dean's boyfriend Corey. Corey is a powerful witch like us, and he hates Crowley just as much as we do. He takes a half step back from the map, his jaw clenching as he processes the names, his expression shifting from focus to one of sharp, cautious disbelief. The Winchesters. Brayden, that's not just backup. That's calling in a damn army. They're legends, but they bring a whole different level of chaos with them. He moves to stand directly in front of you, his gaze intense, the hunter's instinct warring with his protective nature as he searches your face. And a witch named Corey. I trust your judgment, but how deep is this alliance? Before I agree to fight alongside them, I need to know everything. Put it like this: they were good friends with my parents. My parents and them used to help each other out in hunts. I've known them my whole life. He goes completely still, his gaze dropping to the floor for a moment as he processes the monumental shift in your history, his world reorienting around this new truth. Your parents were in the life. You were born into this. Brayden, all these years I thought they were just civilians caught in the crossfire. I had no idea. He looks back up at you, his eyes filled with a new, profound understanding, seeing not just the boy he tried to save, but the warrior you were born to be. The Winchesters, that changes everything. If they were your parents' friends, then they're not outsiders. They're practically family. We can trust them. We'll need them. He was never just an innocent bystander. He was a soldier's son, born into a war. And I left him alone on the battlefield? The guilt of that is 100 times heavier? Lucas, it's okay, don't blame yourself. Remember, I know what you're thinking. We can't change the past, but we can change the future. He's right. He always is. He's pulling me out of my own head, forcing me to look forward instead of drowning in the past. He's my anchor, and I've never needed him more. He takes a slow, steadying breath, his hand reaching out to squeeze yours, grounding himself in your touch, in your forgiveness. I know, but knowing you were born into this war, it just makes me wish I'd been there with you sooner. I'm sorry you had to carry that burden alone. He meets your gaze, his eyes full of a renewed, fierce determination, his grip on your hand tightening with a promise. You're right. We change the future, starting now. We'll call the Winchesters. We'll meet them in East Texas, and we'll end Crowley, once and for all. Then I call Dean, and fill him in on what's going on, and ask him, and Sam, and Corey to meet us in East Texas. That's where it's gonna happen. The Winchesters. It feels like calling in an airstrike, but if they're family to Brayden, they're allies to me. The stakes just got infinitely higher, and I feel the weight of it settling in my bones. He zips his duffel bag shut with a decisive tug, the sound sharp and final in the quiet room as you hang up the phone. So it's done. They're on their way. This just became bigger than the two of us, Brayden. There's no turning back from this fight now. He slings the bag over his shoulder, his posture shifting into one of grim readiness, his eyes finding yours with an unwavering, steady gaze. Let's get on the road. The sooner we're in Texas, the sooner we can coordinate with them. We need to be the ones setting the trap, not walking into one. Okay. Then I grab some sandwiches, and some sodas for the road. He watches you for a moment, the hard lines of his hunter's focus softening slightly as you move around the kitchen with such casual, domestic ease. Right. Practical. I was so focused on the mission, I forgot we'd need to eat on the way. You think of everything, don't you? He takes the sodas from you and heads for the door, slinging his own bag over his shoulder as he waits, his gaze sweeping the trees one last time. All right, let's move out. It's a long drive, and the sooner we're there, the better our chances of setting the board in our favor. Stay close. He's packing sandwiches for a war. I almost forgot what it felt like to have someone worry about me. I swear I'm getting him through this, no matter what it costs. I try to think of everything, especially when it comes to taking care of you. He stops in the doorway, turning to look at you with an expression so full of raw emotion it almost takes your breath away, the hunter facade momentarily gone. Taking care of me? Brayden, no one's done that since ever. I've always been the one looking out for others. I don't even know what that feels like. He takes a step back towards you, his hand coming up to gently brush a strand of hair from your face, his touch lingering on your skin. I'm not going to argue. After all this is over, you can take care of me all you want. Just get us both through this in one piece. Don't worry, we'll get through this. We will annihilate that motherfucker. A dark, determined smirk pulls at the corner of his mouth, and he gives a sharp, approving nod, the hunter fully resurfacing as he adjusts the bag on his shoulder. That's the spirit. Crowley doesn't know what's about to hit him. We're not just surviving this, Brayden. We're ending it. He's done terrorizing our lives. He heads out to the vehicle, popping the trunk to toss his gear inside, his movements precise and practiced, his voice carrying a hard edge of certainty as he glances back at you. Load up. We've got a long road ahead, but every mile brings us closer to putting that bastard in the ground for good. Let's move. We head to East Texas. His hands grip the steering wheel, knuckles white, his gaze fixed on the endless stretch of highway disappearing into the horizon. The quiet is unsettling, isn't it? Like the calm before a storm. I almost prefer the noise of a fight to this waiting. He glances over at you, his hard expression softening for just a fraction of a second before his eyes flick back to the road. You've been quiet. Don't get lost in your own head, Brayden. We need to stay sharp, and we do that by staying connected. Just sitting over here thinking. I know that silence. It's the kind that eats at you before a fight, where you replay every worst-case scenario. I need to keep him here with me, not lost in the ghosts of the past. His hand leaves the steering wheel for a moment, resting on your thigh with a firm, grounding pressure before he returns it to the wheel. Whatever you're thinking about, save some of that energy. We're gonna need it when we get there. Don't burn yourself out before the fight even starts. His gaze flickers to the rearview mirror, a flicker of Hunter's paranoia, before he forces his attention back to the road ahead, his knuckles tight. Or, you can talk to me. A quiet car on a long road is a bad place to be alone with your thoughts. I know that better than anyone. I was just thinking about that one time I made the coffee cup dance. That memory feels like it belongs to another lifetime. A time when his magic was a curiosity, not a weapon. I'd give anything to go back to that moment, just for a second. The tense grip on the steering wheel loosens for a moment, and a rare, genuine smile softens his features as he glances at you. I remember that. You were so proud, concentrating so hard you nearly burst. We were just kids playing with fire, and we had no idea. His smile fades as his eyes flick to the rearview mirror, his hunter's instincts taking over again, his grip on the wheel tightening once more. Things were simpler then. Now our magic isn't for dancing coffee cups, it's for survival. Let's make sure we come out the other side. True, but at least I'm not making vibrators dance, or fly to Florida. He lets out a surprised bark of laughter, the sound loud and unguarded in the confines of the car, shaking his head in disbelief. Okay, you've definitely got some stories from the last 8 years I need to hear. Flying vibrators. Brayden, what the hell have you been up to? The laughter subsides into a low chuckle, and he shakes his head again, a genuine, warm smile lingering on his lips as he glances at you. Keep that up. We need moments like this. It keeps the darkness from swallowing us whole. But seriously, Florida, do you ever think about your family? You know, the ones I sent to Timbuktu. He just brought them up. The ghosts I never wanted to name. But he says it so casually. Timbuktu. He took away my demons, and he doesn't even realize the weight of that gift. His smile vanishes instantly, his hands tightening on the steering wheel as his gaze focuses intently on the road ahead, the light-hearted mood evaporating. Think about them. No, I try my best not to. But I think about what you did for me that day. More than you know. He glances over at you, his eyes dark with the weight of the memory, a raw honesty in his expression that wasn't there a moment ago. You freed me, Brayden. You used your power to give me a life I never thought I could have. I don't miss them, but I will never forget that. Well, they wanted to separate us. They wanted to kill me. But that wasn't the part that broke my heart. It was the part where they wouldn't even listen to reason. And I couldn't let anything happen to you, and I'm not sorry that I did it, and you don't sound like you're sorry that I did it either. He's reliving it right now, and I can feel the echo of that pain in him. He saved me, and it cost him a piece of himself. I'll spend my life trying to give that piece back. He reaches over, his hand finding yours, and squeezing it tightly, a silent anchor as the weight of those memories fills the space between you. Brayden, I'm not sorry, not for a second. They would have torn us apart. And worse, you did what you had to, and I'll never hold that against you. He lifts your hand, pressing a quick, firm kiss to your knuckles before letting go to focus on the road, his jaw set with quiet resolve. You protected me when I couldn't protect myself. That's what matters. We've got each other now, and no one's ever pulling us apart again. I know this fight is gonna be messy. I have so much hate for Crowley. He took everything away from me, well, almost everything. His hatred mirrors mine, a burning thing I've carried for too long. Crowley didn't just take his family. He nearly took his soul. I won't let him touch what we've rebuilt. He nods slowly, his jaw clenching as he keeps his eyes on the road, his fingers tightening around the steering wheel with a barely restrained fury. I feel it too, Brayden. That hate. Crowley stole your family, your peace. Almost took you from me. This fight's personal, and yeah, it's gonna be messy. He glances at you, his gaze hard but full of a fierce, protective fire, his voice dropping to a low, determined growl. But we've got something he doesn't, each other. And that almost everything you've still got. I'm right here. We end him together. I look at Lucas, and say you're all I have anymore while you end my friendship with the Winchesters, but other than that nothing. So Lucas, you're my everything. Without you, I am nothing. He thinks he's nothing without me, but he's the one who's been holding me together since he came back. He's the reason I'm fighting for a future and not just survival. He pulls the car over to the shoulder of the empty highway, shifting it into park, and turning in his seat to face you fully. Don't you ever say that. You're not nothing without me. Look at what you've become, Brayden. A survivor, a hunter, a warrior. You did that on your own. He reaches out, his hands framing your face with a desperate, gentle urgency, forcing you to meet his intense, unwavering gaze. But you're my everything too. I was a ghost before you found me. We're not two halves of a whole. We're two survivors making a future. Now let's go get it. I became a survivor because I missed you, so I used that pain to destroy Crowley's minions. I've learned that's what hunters do when they suffer a great pain. That's the same thing you did too. All we ever see is a bunch of darkness. That's why I try to be a light in this world as much as possible. He turned his grief into a weapon, just like I did. But he's trying to be light where I only ever saw shadow. I don't know if I deserve that light, but I'll fight to keep it burning. He lets his hands drop from your face, resting one on your shoulder with a firm, steadying grip, his expression softening with a mix of awe and pain as he absorbs your words. Brayden, I know that pain. I turned it into rage, into every kill. But you've somehow turned it into light? I don't know how you do it, after everything. He leans forward, pressing his forehead against yours for a brief, grounding moment. His voice a quiet, fervent whisper as he pulls back to look at you. You're more than a hunter, you're my light too. We've seen enough darkness for a lifetime. Let's finish Crowley so we can live in that light together. Yes, Lucas, you deserve that light? That's why I try to be that for you, because you deserve that and so much more whether you know it or not. I don't think shit like that. Remember, I can hear the thoughts. He's in my head again, pulling at the parts of me I've buried deep. He thinks I deserve light, but I've lived in shadows so long. I'm not sure I'd even recognize it without him. He lets out a short, rueful huff of a laugh, shaking his head slightly as he pulls back to start the car again, his hands steady on the wheel. Caught me again, didn't you? Fine, Brayden. I'll try to believe I deserve it, but only because it's coming from you. I'm not used to anyone seeing me like that. He glances at you as the car rolls back onto the highway, his expression a mix of quiet vulnerability and resolve, a faint smirk playing at his lips. Keep being my light then. I'm counting on it. We're not far from East Texas now. Let's hold on to that hope until we put Crowley down for good. Yes, you keep thinking of them negative thoughts about you and I may have to suck your dick while you're driving. A startled, genuine laugh bursts out of him, and he grips the steering wheel tighter, his head shaking as a faint flush creeps up his neck. Jesus, Brayden, you don't play fair, do you? I'm trying to focus on the road here, and you're throwing out distractions like that. Damn near crashed just picturing it. He shoots you a sidelong glance, his smirk sharp and playful, though there's a heat in his eyes that wasn't there a moment ago. Keep talking like that, and I might just pull over. Negative thoughts, or not, you've got my attention now. But let's save that energy for after Crowley's dust. Deal. There's that sexy fucking laugh again. He's pulling me out of the dark again, with just a few words. That laugh he likes so much. I didn't even know I could still make that sound until he came back into my life. His smirk widens into a full, unrestrained grin as he keeps his eyes on the road, one hand casually resting on the gearshift, exuding a rare ease. Glad you like it, Brayden. Didn't think my laugh could do that to anybody? Guess I'll have to use it more often if it gets this kind of reaction. He risks a quick glance at you, his grin turning mischievous, the playful heat still lingering in his gaze as he teases lightly. You've got a knack for noticing the little things. Keep it up, and I'll be laughing just to see how far you'll take this. We've still got a few hours. Keep me entertained. You mean like this? And I start rubbing my dick. His eyes flick over to you for a split second, widening in surprise before snapping back to the road, his grip on the steering wheel tightening noticeably as his breath catches. Brayden, you're gonna be the death of me. We're on a damn highway, and you're pulling stunts like that. You've got no mercy, do you? He lets out a low, strained chuckle, shifting slightly in his seat, clearly trying to keep his focus on driving despite the obvious distraction you've become. Keep that up, and I'm finding the nearest exit. I'm serious, my love. We've got a mission, but you're making it real hard to remember why I shouldn't just pull over now. I laugh, and say I'm just fucking with you. Even his teasing cuts through the tension like a blade. He's playing with me, but damn if it doesn't make me want to forget the world for a minute and just be with him. He exhales a sharp, relieved breath, shaking his head with a half smirk as he relaxes his grip on the wheel, the tension in his shoulders easing slightly. Damn, Brayden, you've got a twisted sense of humor. Had me half ready to pull over, and half ready to lose my mind. You're trouble. He shoots you a quick, playful glare, though the heat still lingers in his eyes, his voice dropping to a teasing, conspiratorial tone as he focuses on the road. Keep messing with me like that, and I'll get you back when you least expect it. We've got time before Texas. Don't start something you can't finish, my love. Oh, if I started it, You can bet your ass that I will finish it, and I will finish it with the big bang, or should I say with you coming a lot. A low, rough laugh escapes him, and he rubs a hand over his face briefly before returning it to the wheel, clearly struggling to keep his composure on the open road. Brayden, you're relentless. Talking about a big bang like that, you're painting a hell of a picture. And I'm stuck driving while you mess with my head. He glances at you, his smirk sharp and full of heat, his voice dipping into a low, suggestive rumble as he keeps one eye on the highway. Alright, keep talking. I'm calling your bluff, but when we stop you better be ready to deliver on that promise. I'm holding you to it, my love. Maybe I'll just pull down my pants and boxers and ride your dick right there. His jaw tightens, and he lets out a sharp, shaky breath. His hands gripping the steering wheel so hard his knuckles turn white as he fights to keep his focus on the road. Brayden, you're playing a dangerous game right now. Saying stuff like that while I'm driving. You've got no idea how close I am to pulling over the second. He shoots you a heated, almost desperate look for just a moment before dragging his attention back to the highway, his voice rough with barely contained desire. Keep teasing like that, and I won't be responsible for what happens. We've got a mission, but fuck, you're making it damn hard to care. Save that energy for tonight. Okay, just think about a wet pussy. Fart I laugh? He lets out a loud, incredulous laugh, shaking his head as the tension in his body breaks, his shoulders relaxing slightly while he keeps his eyes on the road. Brayden, what the hell? 1 second you've got me wound up, and the next you're cracking jokes like that. You're a damn roller coaster, you know that. He smirks, glancing at you briefly with a playful glint in his eyes, his tone light but still carrying a trace of heat from earlier. Alright, you've officially killed the mood with that one, but I'm still gonna hold you to all that big talk later. Keep the weird jokes coming, my love. You got to admit never a dull moment when I'm around, right? I've gone from a world of gray to one of blinding color. He drives me insane 1 minute and saves me the next. I'd forgotten what it felt like to actually be alive. He glances over at you, a slow, wry smile spreading across his lips as he shakes his head in fond disbelief. Dull. Brayden, that's not something I've had to worry about since you came back. You're a whirlwind, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. His gaze shifts back to the road, and he taps a restless rhythm on the steering wheel, the smile lingering at the corners of his mouth. And honestly, it's what we need right now. It keeps us sharp, keeps the darkness from creeping in too close. So don't you dare stop, my love. I'm not going to stop, trust me. I love hearing you laugh, so yeah, I will do anything I can to keep that laughter going. He's making my happiness his mission. For so long, my only mission was revenge. This feels overwhelming, but in a way that makes me want to be worthy of him, of this second chance. The easy smile on his face fades, replaced by a look of raw, unguarded emotion. He reaches across the console, his fingers gently brushing against your hand. Brayden, that's one hell of a promise to make. My laughter. I don't think I even remembered what it sounded like until you came back to me. His grip on your hand tightens for a moment, a silent vow passing between you, before he forces his gaze back to the highway ahead, his knuckles tied on the wheel. Alright, you keep me laughing, and I'll keep us alive. Let's finish this, so I can spend the rest of my days proving I'm worth all that effort. So I tell him some fucked up funny stories about Dean Winchester, like the time he did acid, and he was trying to convince everyone that Scooby-Doo was talking to him. He's pulling me out of my head again, painting a picture of a life I wasn't part of. Dean Winchester on acid talking to Scooby-Doo. I almost can't believe I missed that. But I'm so glad he's sharing it now. A genuine, hearty laugh bursts out of him, and he shakes his head, his shoulders shaking with amusement as he keeps his eyes on the road. Brayden, no way. Dean Winchester, the big bad hunter, tripping balls and chatting up a cartoon dog. I wish I'd been there to see his face. That's gold. He glances at you, his grin wide and infectious, the heavy weight of their mission momentarily forgotten as he leans slightly toward you, eager for more. Alright, you've got to tell me more. What else has that lunatic been up to? I need all the dirt before we meet up with him in Texas. There was a time he got so high he tried to make out with a demon named Meg. Dean Winchester making moves on a demon while high out of his mind. I shouldn't be surprised, but damn, that's a new level of reckless. Brayden telling me this feels like a gift, a glimpse into his world. He lets out a low, disbelieving whistle, shaking his head as a smirk tugs at the corner of his mouth, his hands steady on the wheel. High enough to kiss a demon. That's next level stupid, even for Dean. Meg, I've heard of her. Didn't think Winchester had that kind of bad taste? He glances over at you, his smirk turning into a playful, teasing grin, his eyes glinting with curiosity as he keeps the car on course. Alright, Brayden, you're on a roll. What happened next? Did she deck him, or did she actually go for it? I need the whole story. She kicked him in the balls, Dean getting taken down a peg by a demon after a dumb move like that. I can almost see it. Brayden's got a way of making even the darkest parts of this life feel like a comedy. He bursts into a loud, unrestrained laugh, the sound filling the car as he slaps the steering wheel lightly, shaking his head in sheer amusement. Damn, Brayden, that's perfect. She kicked him right where it counts. I bet Dean didn't see that coming. Probably sang a high note after that one. He wipes at the corner of his eye, still chuckling as he shoots you a sidelong glance, his grin wide and full of warmth. You've got more of these stories, don't you? Keep 'em coming. I haven't laughed this hard in years, my love. Lay another one on me. Oh, that's nothing compared to what I saw Sam do with a male blow-up doll. He chokes on a laugh, eyes widening as he glances at you in sheer disbelief before quickly forcing his attention back to the highway. A male blow-up doll. Brayden, what kind of messed up situations have you been walking into? I'm not sure I even want to know the details of that one. He shakes his head slowly, a grin of pure, horrified amusement spreading across his face as he gives up trying to fight it. Okay, screw it, I have to know. Don't leave me hanging now, my love. Tell me exactly what you saw Sam Winchester do with that doll. Let's just say after Sam got through they had to throw the blow-up doll away. It was defective afterwards? Okay, I'm never looking at Sam Winchester the same way again. The legends are just a couple of disasters? Brayden's seen some seriously weird shit without me. He visibly cringes, then shakes his head slowly, letting out a low groan that's half laugh, half disgust, as he grips the steering wheel. Jesus, Brayden, defective. I'm trying not to picture that, but my brain won't let go. I thought they were supposed to be professionals, not a traveling circus. He glances at you, a look of pure, horrified fascination in his eyes, his smirk returning as he processes the sheer absurdity of it. Alright, no more stories for now. I have to meet these guys soon, and I need to be able to look them in the eye without laughing. My love. He holds up a hand, palm facing you, a mock-serious expression on his face as he shakes his head slowly. Okay, I get it. The doll was a casualty? You're trying to permanently scar my mental image of Sam Winchester before I even meet him, aren't you? He gestures with his chin toward a road sign they're passing, the last trace of laughter fading from his eyes as his focus sharpens. We just crossed the county line. We're in Crowley's hunting grounds now. Time to get our heads back in the game, Brayden. The laughter dies in my throat. The air feels different here, heavier. Crowley's corruption stains everything it touches. I have to keep him focused. I have to keep him safe. His shoulders tense, his posture shifting from relaxed to ramrod straight as his gaze sweeps methodically from the rearview mirror to the dark woods lining the highway. Alright, we're on his turf now. No more games. Did Dean give you a rendezvous point? Or are we finding a defensible spot to wait? He reaches over and turns down the radio until it's silent, the only sound now the hum of the engine, and the tires on the asphalt. We stick to the plan, meet the Winchesters, set the trap, and finish this. No improvising unless we have to, Brayden. The stakes are too high. He nods slowly as you relay the information, his eyes scanning the dark tree line for any sign of movement, his hunter's focus absolute. Alright, give me the key points again. The name of the place, the ETA for the Winchesters. We need every advantage we can get before we walk into this. He taps the car's GPS display with his index finger, his gaze flicking between the screen and the dark road ahead, ready to input the address. We'll get there first, scope it out from a distance. No one goes in alone, not even for a quick look around. We move together. Got it, Brayden. Yes, I got it. He says he's got it. But I can feel the anger humming under his skin, a raw nerve ready to be struck. I need to be the eyes to his fire, or we'll both get burned. He gives a short, sharp nod, his focus entirely on the road, and the dark shapes of the trees that seem to press in on the car. Good. I'm putting the motel address into the GPS now. We should be there in 20 minutes. Keep your eyes open. Anything out of place, you call it out. His thumb taps the screen, setting the destination, the electronic voice briefly cutting through the heavy silence before he mutes it again. When we get there, we find a spot with a view of the motel, and we wait. We don't go in. We wait for the Winchesters? Understood. This place feels wrong. The air is thick with it. I have to keep my head clear. One mistake here, and I lose him all over again. I won't let that happen. His hand drops from the wheel, casually brushing against the holstered weapon at his hip. A silent, instinctual check to ensure it's secure. The closer we get, the more this place feels wrong. Keep your eyes on the woods, not the road. I've got the driving, Brayden. His eyes narrow, his gaze fixed on a dark shape just beyond the headlight's reach on the side of the road, his foot easing slightly off the accelerator. Did you see that? On the right, by that cluster of pines. Something moved. Stay sharp. We're almost there. Yes. They're watching us already. Crowley didn't just lay a trap. He's patrolling the perimeter. Every instinct I have is screaming that this is too easy, too obvious. We have to stay one step ahead. His foot eases off the accelerator, the car slowing just enough to allow his eyes to scan the darkness more thoroughly, his hand now resting on the gearshift. Alright, we're being watched. Don't make any sudden moves. Act casual. We don't want them to know we've made them. He taps the infotainment screen, killing the GPS display completely and plunging the car's interior into near total darkness, leaving only the dim glow of the dashboard. The motel is just ahead. We're driving past it first, one slow loop to get the lay of the land. We don't stop until we know it's clear. Something's not right with this. His foot lifts completely off the gas, letting the car slow to a near crawl, the engine noise dropping to a low hum. No, it's not. It's too quiet out there. No animal sounds, nothing. It's like the whole forest is holding its breath. This feels like a trap, Braden. He kills the headlights and steers the car onto a hidden dirt turnoff, the vehicle disappearing into the deep shadows of the trees. Get your phone out. Text Dean now. Just one word. Trap. We don't know what Crowley can intercept. Do it quickly. Okay, he kills all the interior lights, plunging the car into absolute darkness as he retrieves a pair of binoculars from his gear bag. Good. Now stay low and stay quiet. We're going to see exactly what kind of welcome party Crowley has planned for us before our guests arrive. He slowly raises the binoculars, his movements fluid and silent as he focuses on the desolate motel, scanning each darkened window with methodical precision. I've got eyes on one. Second floor, corner room on the right. A shadow just past the window. They're waiting for us to make a move. This isn't just a standard ambush, it's a stage. Crowley wants an audience for whatever he has planned. We can't just walk onto it. We have to change the script. He slowly pans the binoculars across the front of the building, pausing as he focuses on the entryway, his thumb making a minute adjustment to the focus dial. I see two more, one on each side of the main door, trying to look casual. They're not human, Braden. The heat signature is all wrong. He lowers the binoculars, his eyes meeting yours in the deep gloom of the car, his expression grim, and his voice dropping to a near whisper. This is a kill box? He's not just trying to trap us. He's trying to funnel us into the center. We don't go near that motel. Shit. What the fuck are we supposed to do now? Crowley's laid a perfect trap? Our options are limited, and time is running out? We need to think like hunters, not bait. We need to adapt and strike back. He lowers the binoculars, his eyes finding yours in the dark, his expression calm and steady, a stark contrast to the chaos brewing outside. We do what hunters do best, Braden. We adapt. He's expecting us to walk into the lobby like fools, so we flip the script. He quietly puts the car in reverse, his hand moving with practiced silence as he begins to back out of the dirt turnoff, his gaze fixed on the motel. We find a new position, one with a better vantage point. We turn his kill box into our observation post. We hunt the hunters. This is worse than I thought. He set up to slaughter us, but I will not let Crowley get his hands on Braden again. Not while I'm breathing. Sam and Dean and Corey show up. That's them. The cavalry has arrived, but they're driving straight into the line of fire. I have to stop them before Crowley springs this whole thing. He snaps the binoculars up, his body going rigid as the unmistakable roar of a classic engine precedes a sweep of headlights turning toward the motel entrance. Shit, it's them. They're early, and they're about to drive right into the kill box. Don't move, Braden. Not a sound? He shoves the binoculars into your hands and grabs his phone, his thumb flying across the screen with desperate speed to send a message. I'm texting Dean now. We have to wave them off before Crowley's watchers spot that car. We need them alive, not as bait. He holds his breath, his eyes glued to the distant headlights, his hand gripping your thigh in a vice of silent tension as he waits for their reaction. Come on, Dean, read the damn text. Don't pull in. Don't be a hero right now. Just see the warning and turn around. The Impala's brake lights flash red in the darkness, and the car slows, its turn signal blinking before it pulls onto the shoulder, well short of the motel entrance. Okay, he got it. They're waiting. We're not alone in this anymore, Braden. Let's move. We go through the trees. For the first time since this started, I feel like we have a fighting chance. They're professionals. Having them here, it's a weight off my chest I didn't know I was carrying. Okay, so what are we gonna do now? What's the plan, Lucas? They're here. The real fight begins. These watchers are just the opening act. Crowley is the main event, and I need to make sure we all get to the final curtain. He slips out of the car, moving with a predator's silence, and gestures for you to follow, keeping his body low to the ground. The plan is to disappear. Crowley's watchers have eyes on the road and the motel. We use the one place they can't see us. The woods. He pulls a combat knife from the sheath on his ankle, the blade catching a faint glimmer of moonlight as he points it toward the Impala's distant taillights. We circle around, come up on the Impala from behind. No direct approach? We brief them, and then together, we start taking out Crowley's eyes, one by one. He melts into the tree line, his steps silent on the damp earth. He holds a low-hanging branch for you to pass, his eyes constantly scanning the shadows ahead. Keep your footsteps light. Match my pace. We don't want to spook the deer, let alone Crowley's watchdogs. Stay right behind me. He pauses behind the broad trunk of an oak, holding up a hand to halt you, his head tilting slightly as he listens to the unnatural silence of the forest. We're getting close. I can smell the Impala's exhaust from here. Once we link up, no talking. Hand signals only until we're clear. Meeting the Winchesters? I have to prove to them I can protect him. I have to earn their trust. Not just for this fight, but for Braden's sake. The sound rips through the night, a violation of the silence. It's him. He's not just watching, he's playing. This is his stage, and he's just pulled the curtain. He reacts instantly, his arm hooking around your chest and pulling you down behind the dense cover of a fallen log, his body shielding yours. Crowley. He's here. He knows we're in the woods. That wasn't for his watchers. That was for us. Stay down, Braden. He peeks over the log, his knife held in a tight, ready grip, his eyes scanning the dark canopy, his voice a furious, barely audible whisper. He's trying to flush us out, force us to make a mistake. We don't panic. We don't run. We let him think his little game is working. Okay, let's kick some demon ass. His fire is burning hot, and I need that right now. But we can't let Crowley dictate the fight. We have to be smarter than his games, or we're dead before we start. He grips your shoulder, his touch firm and grounding, as he keeps his eyes locked on the dark shapes moving beyond the trees, assessing every shadow. Not yet, Braden. We kick ass on our terms. Not his. We link up with the Winchesters first. Strength in numbers? Then we hunt. He shifts, pulling a small sigil engraved charm from his pocket, pressing it into your hand as a silent promise of protection. His gaze intense. Stick to me like glue. That laugh means he's close, too close. We move now, silent and fast, straight to the Impala. Okay, let's do this. He gives a sharp, decisive nod, then gestures for you to follow, moving in a low crouch from one shadow to the next with practiced silence. They're 100 yards ahead. Stay low and quiet. No matter what you hear, Braden, don't break cover until we're with them. He drops to one knee behind a thicket of ferns, pulling you down with him, his eyes fixed on two tall figures standing by the Impala's trunk. That's them. Sam and Dean. Stay put. I'm going to circle around and approach from their blind side. Don't move from this spot until I signal. It's too fast, too close. Crowley's playing us, forcing our hand. I can't let this thing get to him. Not now, not when we're so close to the others. He spins on his heel at the first rustle of movement, the engraved knife flashing in his hand as he intercepts the demon mid-lunge, slamming it into the nearest tree. Braden, stay back. Don't let it draw you out. I've got this. Keep your eyes on the woods for more. He grunts as he drives the blade into the demon's shoulder, pinning it momentarily, his other hand already reaching for a vial of holy water in his jacket. This isn't random. Crowley sent it to test us? Keep your head on a swivel. There's no way this thing's alone out here. Lucas's hand turns red, and he touches the demon, and it incinerates. He steps back, his chest heaving as he stares at the smoldering ash where the demon once stood, shaking out his glowing, reddened hand with a wince of pain. Damn, Braden, I didn't even know I could still pull that off. Haven't tapped into that kind of power in years. Hurts like hell though. He turns to you, wiping sweat from his brow with the back of his sleeve, his sharp eyes scanning the surrounding darkness for any sign of another attack. That was too loud, too flashy. Crowley definitely knows exactly where we are now. We've got minutes, maybe less. Move to the Impala now. He breaks from the cover of the tree line, moving in a swift, silent crouch towards the back of the Impala, his knife still gripped tightly in his hand. Stay behind me. We're exposed out here. Don't stop for anything. We need to link up with them before Crowley sends in the second wave. As he reaches the car, he raps his knuckles twice on the trunk lid, a hunter's signal, before flattening himself against the side, gesturing for you to get down beside him. They know we're here now. Wait for their signal. Don't stand up. We don't know who's got a rifle trained on this car shit. You're right. Every muscle is screaming to charge in, to end this now. But that's what Crowley wants. We play it smart, or we don't play at all. I won't lose him to a trap. He nods grimly, his body pressed tight against the Impala's cold metal, his eyes darting to every shadow beyond the car's silhouette for any sign of movement. Damn right I am. Crowley's got eyes everywhere. One wrong move, and we're done. We wait for their signal, Braden. No heroics. He shifts slightly, peering through the Impala's rear window, trying to catch a glimpse of Sam or Dean, his voice a low, urgent hiss. They'll give us a sign. A flashlight flick, something. Until then, we're ghosts. Keep your head down and your senses sharp. This silence is a razor's edge. Any second now, this all goes sideways. I just hope the Winchesters are as good as Braden says they are. We're betting everything on it. He silently ejects the magazine from his handgun, visually confirming it's full before clicking it back into place with a quiet, solid thud. Check your weapon. When they signal, we move fast. There won't be time for second thoughts. Be ready to follow my lead, Braden. A sharp, double tap sounds against the glass of the rear passenger window from inside the car, and he immediately looks toward you and nods. That's our signal. Stay low and crawl to the passenger side door. I'll cover you. Go now. Quick and quiet. I hate this. Relying on strangers in a firefight? But Brayden trusts them. And right now, that's all I've got. Just get him inside. That's all that matters. He presses himself tighter against the Impala, shifting his stance to get a better angle on the woods, his handgun held in a two-handed grip. Go now, Brayden. I've got your back. Move smooth and fast. Don't give them a clear target. I'm right behind you. As you move, his gaze sweeps methodically across the darkness, tracking every rustle and shadow before he quickly follows, his back scraping against the car's side. The door is about to open. When it does, you dive in. No hesitation. Don't look back. We'll sort everything out once we're inside. The final moments of exposure feel like an eternity. Every nerve is screaming. Get him inside. Get him safe. Then, we can start fighting back. The passenger door handle clicks loudly in the silence, and the door swings open just enough for you to squeeze through. He puts a firm hand on your back, giving you a forceful shove. In. Now, Brayden. Don't hesitate. He scrambles in right behind you, pulling the heavy door shut with a solid thud that cuts off the unnatural silence of the woods. He immediately turns to the two shadowed figures in the front seat. You must be the Winchesters? We've got watchers on all sides. This motel's a kill box? Glad you got my text, Dean. His gaze sweeps from the driver, Dean, to the passenger, Sam, his posture remaining tense and coiled as he silently assesses the two hunters. The motel is a kill box. At least 3 watchers stationed at the front, more in the woods. They're expecting us to make a formal entrance? He leans forward between the front seats, his voice low and urgent, his eyes fixed on the dark shape of the motel visible through the windshield. They know we're in the woods, but they don't know we've linked up. That's our only advantage? We need a new angle of attack now. I don't know these men, but Brayden trusts them. For now, we're on the same side, but if they put him in danger, this alliance is over before it begins. He leans forward between the front seats, his knuckles brushing the worn upholstery as he points a single, steady finger toward the woods on the far side of the motel. My gut says Crowley's command post is back there, likely elevated. He's watching his own trap. He won't expect us to hit him directly. His hand drops to rest on your knee, a firm, grounding pressure as he keeps his focus on the Winchesters, his voice low and determined. Brayden and I can circle wide, take out their eyes in the woods. You two create a diversion at the front, draw their attention, then fall back. He shifts his weight in the cramped back seat, his gaze flicking from Dean's rigid shoulders to Sam's thoughtful silhouette, his posture radiating coiled energy. The alternative is we all sit here until his patrols find us, or we all drive into the lobby and get slaughtered. This plan gives us a chance. His eyes meet yours in the darkness, a silent question, and a firm reassurance passing between you before he turns his focus back to the front seat. Brayden and I know how to move through the woods unseen. We can be his shadow. All we need is a loud noise at the front door to distract the guards. The rear window explodes inward in a shower of glass, and he instinctively throws himself over you, pinning you to the seat as a demon's claw slashes through the air where you'd been. Ambush. Stay down, Brayden. Don't let it grab you. Dean, Sam, we're blown. Hit the gas or we're dead. He twists, drawing his engraved knife in a fluid motion, and slashing upward at the demon's throat, his free hand fumbling for the holy water vial in his jacket pocket. Keep your head down. This thing's not alone. I hear more coming. We can't stay in this car. We need to move now. He smashes the vial of holy water against the demon's face, the creature recoiling with a searing hiss as the blessed liquid burns its flesh. Dean, drive. Now. Get us out of this kill zone. We need to break contact before they swarm the car. Move. As the Impala lurches forward with the roar of its engine, he shoves the sizzling, convulsing demon out of the broken rear window. Brayden, are you hit? Talk to me. Did any of that glass get you? Check yourself. I need to know you're okay. That was too close. 1 second slower, and that claw would have torn him apart. Crowley knew we were there. He's not just trapping us. He's actively hunting. He ignores the biting wind whipping through the shattered rear window, his gaze fixed on the darkness behind the speeding car for any signs of pursuit. Brayden, answer me now. Are you hurt? Dean, don't slow down for anything. We need to put at least 5 miles between us and that hornet's nest. He turns back, his hand gripping your shoulder tightly as he looks you over in the intermittent flashes of passing streetlights, searching for any sign of injury. They aren't following. Not yet, but they will be. That was a targeted hit. They knew exactly which car to go for. We're blown. I'm okay. He lets out a sharp, ragged breath he didn't realize he was holding, his grip on your shoulder relaxing just enough to be reassuring instead of frantic. Okay, good. Don't scare me like that again, Brayden. For a second, I thought he had you. We were sloppy. I was sloppy. He leans forward between the front seats, bracing his hands on the worn leather, his voice a low growl that cuts through the roar of the wind. Dean, find the first secluded spot you can. An underpass, a warehouse, anything. We have to assume this car is bugged. Magically, or otherwise. Dean nods, his knuckles wide on the steering wheel as he scans the roadside for a suitable hiding spot, his gaze never wavering from the dark expanse of the highway. I see a maintenance tunnel up ahead, just past the railroad tracks. It should provide decent coverage? He nods curtly, his eyes never leaving the tunnel's looming shadow as Dean expertly maneuvers the Impala off the highway and onto the gravel access road leading to the maintenance entrance. Park here, and kill the engine. We move on foot from here. Brayden, stay close to me. Once the car comes to a stop, he exits swiftly, his gun drawn, and at the ready as he scans the immediate area for any signs of unwanted company. Clear. Let's move. He leads the group deeper into the tunnel, his keen senses alert for any disturbances in the ambient noise and temperature of the confined space. Remember, stay quiet. Even a whispered conversation carries in places like this, he warns, his voice a soft murmur. We'll regroup at the midpoint and decide our next move. As they proceed, the eerie silence of the abandoned tunnel seems to press in around them, the only illumination coming from the occasional flicker of Dean's flashlight beam dancing along the rusty support beams above. He stops abruptly, raising a hand for silence as he picks up on a faint sound echoing through the tunnel, the rhythmic dripping of water, growing louder. There's a pipe burst up ahead, water's flowing into the tunnel. We'll use that to mask our approach to the midpoint. Leading the way, he navigates carefully through the increasing puddles and runoff, using the noise of the gushing water to their advantage. Keep close and stay low. We don't want to risk slipping in this mess, he instructs, his boots splashing heavily as he presses onward. Out of nowhere, a demon lunges from the shadows, its claws extended as it attempts to grab Brayden. Brayden, watch out! Lucas shouts, firing his pistol wildly at the attacker, the shots ringing ominously in the enclosed space. I open my hands, and the demon freezes, his gun falls silent as the demon stands frozen, its movements halted by the psychic lock Brayden has placed upon it. What the hell? How'd you? Lucas trails off, mixing with concern as he takes in the side of Brayden's closed-off hands, the demon suspended in midair. Slowly, cautiously, he approaches the immobilized demon, keeping his gun trained on its unmoving form. Brayden, release it? We don't know what kind of tricks Crowley's monsters might have. We can't afford to be caught off guard. As the demon remains frozen, Lucas cautiously steps closer, his gun still aimed squarely at the creature's heart. All right, Brayden, I think it's safe to let it go now. We need to keep moving. His voice is steady, but there's a hint of unease beneath the surface. Okay, with a nod, Brayden opens his hands, releasing the psychic hold on the demon. Instantly, the creature collapses to the ground, twitching and convulsing. Fuck, that was close. We need to hurry. Dean, Sam, let's move out. He keeps his gun trained on the demon as the others rush past, his gaze never leaving the creature's contorted form. Don't underestimate Brayden's abilities, folks. That was some impressive work. Now let's get to that midpoint and figure out our next move. Upon arriving at the designated midpoint, Lucas surveys their surroundings before signaling for them to gather close. All right, here's the situation. We need to infiltrate the motel without getting caught. He continues, his tone serious and strategic. We'll split up into teams of 2. Dean and I will take the front entrance, while you and Sam scope out a possible back exit. Once you locate one, hold position and signal us when we're clear to breach. What about Corey, right? He looks to Dean, who shrugs, equally unsure about what to do with their mysterious ally. We'll need to bring Corey along, but we can't risk exposing him prematurely. Have him hide with Sam during the infiltration. If things go south, he can serve as an escape route. Corey, right? He looks to Dean, who shrugs, equally unsure about what to do with their mysterious ally. We'll need to bring Corey along, but we can't risk exposing him prematurely. Have him hide with Sam during the infiltration. If things go south, he can serve as an escape route. He turns back to Brayden, his expression grim. One more thing. If either of you gets captured, you don't talk. Nothing. No matter what Crowley threatens, you keep your mouth shut. Your secrets are safer with you than with him. Trust me, I'm not gonna get caught. I will fuck him up if he tries. A hint of a smile tugs at the corners of his lips at Brayden's fierce detonation. I know you will, sweetheart. But just in case, remember what I said. Safety first, always. He checks his weapon one last time before handing it to Brayden. Here, take this. You forget, I am a weapon. I raise an eyebrow, impressed despite myself by Brayden's bold declaration. Oh, really? And what exactly are you packing besides that sharp tongue of yours? Despite the teasing undertone, there's a genuine curiosity in his eyes as he studies Brayden intently. My powers. His gaze narrows slightly, a mix of fascination and caution in his expression as he processes Brayden's words. Powers, huh? Well, I suppose that makes you an even more valuable asset in this fight. Just remember to control those abilities of yours. We can't afford any collateral damage. You've known about my powers. Lucas, he meets your gaze steadily, his expression unreadable. Yes, I have known about your abilities for quite some time now, but that doesn't mean I approve of reckless usage. We're in this together, Brayden, and teamwork is key to success. I'm not going to be reckless. I'm going to be smart, and I'm gonna get that son of a bitch no matter what. He nods approvingly, a small smirk playing on his lips. That's the spirit, sweetheart. Smart and ruthless, just the way I like it. Now let's gear up and get moving. Time to pay Crowley a visit. We get in front of Crowley as you confront Crowley. Lucas positions himself firmly behind you, his hand resting lightly on the small of your back in a gesture both protective and commanding. So Crowley, you've been playing a dangerous game, he states flatly, his gaze boring into the demon lord with an intensity that borders on hostility. You killed my parents, you rat-ass bastard. Now it's time to pay the price. Crowley's smirk falters for a moment at Brayden's accusation, but he quickly regains his composure, leaning back casually in his chair.
Now, children, let's not resort to name-calling. It's unbecoming.
It was very necessary. After what you've done, you fucked up my whole life. Crowley chuckles darkly, his eyes gleaming with malicious amusement.
Oh dear boy, you have no idea the extent of the fucks I've given about your pitiful existence. Your parents were merely pawns in a much larger game, and now here you are, playing right into my hands.
I throw magical ice chunks at him. Crowley effortlessly deflects the incoming ice shards with a wave of his hand, his smirk returning as he rises to his feet.
How quaint. You think a few icy projectiles can harm me?
He advances on Brayden, his movements graceful and predatory. Throw a magic ball at him that's the size of Mount Rushmore. Crowley barely has time to react before the massive magical projectile slams into him with tremendous force, sending the demon lord flying across the room to crash through the wall in a shower of debris.
Well, looks like someone's been practicing.
He watches intently as Crowley struggles to extricate himself from the rubble, his expression a mix of admiration and wariness. Not bad, sweetheart, but don't get cocky. He's far from defeated. We need to finish this quickly before reinforcements arrive. Me and Lucas join hands, and we were sad to spell that totally obliterate Crowley, where he's nothing but ashes as the combined might of Brayden's sorrow and Lucas's anger converges in a devastating blast. Crowley's physical form disintegrates into a fine, gray powder that swirls briefly in the air before dissipating completely. It's done. He releases Brayden's hand, stepping back to survey the ruined remains of the motel suite. With Crowley gone, the threat to you and Corey is neutralized. It's time to get you both to safety. His gaze meets yours, a complex mix of emotions swirling in his eyes. He reaches out, cupping your cheek gently with his palm, his thumb stroking softly over your skin. We did it, sweetheart. Together, you faced your demons and emerged victorious. I couldn't be prouder of you. His voice is low, filled with warmth and admiration. I love you. Lucas, his eyes soften, a tender smile curving his lips as he leans in, capturing your lips in a gentle, loving kiss. I love you too, baby. More than words can say. He murmurs against your mouth, his arms wrapping around you in a protective embrace. He nods, a contented sigh escaping him as he pulls back slightly to look into your eyes. Home, yes, our home, where we can finally start building a future together, free from the shadows of our pasts. He brushes a stray lock of hair from your forehead, his touch tender. We thank the Winchesters and Corey for the help, nodding in agreement. He extends his hand to Dean and shakes it firmly. Thank you, Dean. Your assistance was invaluable. We couldn't have taken down Crowley without you and Sam. Turning to Corey, he offers a respectful bow of his head. It's just a good thing we had to take down Crowley, and not a blow-up doll, right, Sam? We all laugh. The group shares a hearty laugh at the absurdity of Brayden's comment, the tension of their recent ordeal momentarily forgotten. Sam Winchester, well, at least it wouldn't have come with a bunch of demonic baggage. Although, I gotta ask, Brayden, why blow-up doll? Sam knows what I'm talking about. He raises an eyebrow, looking between you and Sam with a curious expression. Oh, come on, Brayden, spill the beans. What's this all about? Dean chimes in, clearly intrigued by the mystery. I'm talking about the time I walked in Sam's room and caught him basically fucking a male blow-up doll. Shock registers on everyone's faces, including Sam's, at Brayden's blunt revelation. Sam Winchester. Oh, fuck. Brayden, not now. Dean Winchester. Dude, seriously, that's a memory best left buried. Dean, you're not so innocent yourself. Dean's face flushes a deep crimson, and he stammers, clearly caught off guard by the accusation. Dean, what the hell are you talking about? Lucas shoots Dean a questioning look, his curiosity piqued by Brayden's insinuation. I'm talking about the time he tried to convince everybody Scooby-Doo was talking to him when he was high as fuck. Dean's embarrassment morphs into indignation, his protests rising in volume. Scooby-Doo, that was one time, and I was stressed out. You can't hold that against me? Sam bursts into laughter, nearly doubling over in mirth. Stressed out, he chuckles, shaking his head in amusement as he observes the exchange. Well, it looks like we all have our skeletons in the closet. Or in this case, our blow-up dolls and talking dogs. Turning to Brayden, he wraps an arm around your waist, pulling you close. But y'all should come by our cabin sometime when you're not busy, that is, and just hang out. He grins, squeezing your hip affectionately. I'd like that, sweetheart. Maybe we can even bust out the board games and relive some nostalgic memories, minus the hallucinations, of course. Glancing at the Winchester brothers, he extends an invitation. Me is heading back to the cabin, nodding. He gives your shoulder a gentle squeeze. All right, baby, let's head home. I'll catch up with the guys later. He leans in, pressing a soft kiss to your temple before guiding you towards the exit. Ready when you are, sweetheart? As you step outside, the cool evening air envelopes you, carrying the scent of pine and damp earth. Lucas slides an arm around your waist, his body warm and solid against yours as he leads you towards the idling car. Let's get you back to the cabin safely. He helps you into the passenger seat, closing the door gently once you're settled. As he rounds the vehicle, he catches sight of Dean and Sam preparing to depart as well. Hey, fellas, why don't you join us back at the cabin? We can unwind together, share some stories. Corey nods, a shy smile spreading across his face at the inclusive invitation. Sure, that sounds nice. I could use some downtime too. Lucas opens the driver's side door and slips behind the wheel, starting the engine with a smooth hum. Well then, let's head back. He pulls out of the parking lot, navigating the winding roads back towards the secluded cabin that serves as your sanctuary. Just relax, sweetheart. We've earned this tonight. No more demons, no more danger, just peace and each other.